camera.
There you go. Hey guys, welcome to our Wednesday night chat. I see we have a lot of people already waiting in the chat. That's pretty awesome. How are you guys doing?
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, let us know when you can hear us and see us because there's always a lag with StreamYard.
Or you just see our mouths moving and you just think, yeah. Sadly, right before it started, me and Ashley were playing with the camera and we were just making faces.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, we should go in and just like not say a word and just make stupid faces. But yeah, that didn't go over well. We were not brave enough.
So hello, Margie. We saw you in there. Yeah. Isaac, good to have you.
Hello, Christmas on Crestline.
Yeah, Christmas on Crestline.
Michael Steele, nice to see you.
So Haas in there.
Yeah, Haas is here from Off Kilter. Emma from Sunny's Place came in. Kat from Wolf's Head Forge and Barn.
Mm-hmm.
The whole gang is here.
Yep.
How are you guys doing tonight? What's going on your Wednesday nights?
We will say that we've had beautiful weather this week so far. Yes. So we've been outside. It's
driven us somewhat nuts.
Yeah. So basically, we try to like crunch as much as possible the first couple warm days in, because we get all excited about going outside and working.
Super excited, and then tomorrow we're supposed to have rain all day, which is okay because like I'm sure you guys can relate to when the weather breaks. Like the first couple weeks of spring, like my house just becomes a wreck because we spend all of our time outside, and then we come in, we're too tired to like put our shoes up or put things away. So I'm looking forward to a rainy night tomorrow, but then we have a really busy weekend too. So we're really trying to cram all of our stuff in the few hours in the evening that we get. So.
Yeah, you got a couple congrats on the 1K.
Thank you. Super excited.
Thank you.
Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Kudos to my wife because she does most of the editing and work.
Yeah, he brings in the comedic relief. Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but like Mark saves me in the lives because then I'm not trying to like come up with things on my own. I've only done one live by myself. So anybody that I know, there's lots of YouTubers in here too that do like their lives by themselves, like mad props because I don't think I can do it. He saves me, and he takes care of like the chat, like scrolling up and down, so I don't get too crazy. Hey, where to begin, Homestead? How are you?
And Evelyn, good to have you.
Hello, Evelyn.
Oh, we got Adrian in here.
Welcome. Good seeing it. I'm editing right now while you do that too, Emma.
Hold on, I got some baby goats. It sounds like. So Isaac said, "I'm so excited. I'm getting 2 bottle baby goats, Nigerians, on Saturday. Siblings, male and female. Yay. And then we are getting a 10-week-old Nigerian on Saturday, Sunday, and it's a female."
That's awesome. Bulking up the herd. I love it.
That is great news, actually.
It is super great news. It is super great news. We were talking about like when we were going to be bulking our lines up.
Yep.
And it's going to happen in a month, but it won't be from outside sources.
Yeah.
Yet.
But I know Ashley always likes to know what colors. She's always a big color fan.
Figure out like the genetics for Nigerian dwarfs because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, she's always like talking about moon spots and stuff like that.
Or I'm like, oh, black is super recessive. So like if you get a black kid, like
she gets all scientific about it.
Recessive. And then if you get like a red, that's even more ultra rare between like a black.
And then I'm like pointing in the field, like, there's that brown goat.
He keeps getting out. Like, what's this brown and white one? I'm like, oh, do you mean the buckskin with white overlay and a white pole and frosted ears? She's like, yeah, that one. Yeah,
she's picky on colors, like trying to describe what they are, and the blue eyes.
I like the blue eyes.
She's a fan of blue eyes.
We're breeding for milk production, but if they can have blue eyes and stuff, then like and have like nice udders, then that's good.
Yep. Hey, Indiana
Backyard Gardener, how are you?
So
nice to see you guys in here.
Indiana Backyard Gardener, I have a question for you because we heard it on the radio over the weekend. Have you ever heard of, what was it, snow mold? Yeah, snow mold, I think it was. Because that was the first time we had heard of it. And somebody, the radio shows like tri-state area, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky.
Sunday morning, so we're listening going to church, and he was like, oh, how do I get rid of the snow mold? And I'm like, snow mold? I don't think I've ever had that problem, but we were wondering maybe if you did, because you're kind of like in our area.
We're going to look it up on Google, but we figured you guys here would probably know better. So
we figured we will save this for...
get more accurate news.
For chat fodder.
Adrian said, I just woke up from a much-needed nap. I'm a fuzzhead.
Oh,
I'm jealous. We could use
a nap. Well, I snored my head off all night. I'm not afraid to admit that on YouTube.
I don't think you mentioned it, but she's had an ear infection now for about a month.
Yeah, really.
So,
well, it started in November, then I came back in January, and I got medication, and then I came back in February, and now I came back again, so.
Yep, stubborn.
It's been super fun.
Yeah.
So he thinks like because now I'm on stronger antibiotics for it that it's draining and it's making me snore. And I'm also like the pollen is coming. It's pollen season very soon here, so I get allergies pretty bad in the spring. Yep. So I snored my head off and kept this man up all night long.
Yeah. So
it is what it is. Anybody got good snoring remedies? Yeah. Let's start off the chat.
A homesteader one.
The more you know.
Besides putting a pillow over it. Hey, me and you, Akers. I think you said hi to me.
I didn't say hi to me.
I like
How
your name.
are you?
Like
yeah, he is a fan of your name.
Because I misread it the first time. I was like,
he's like, me and you? And I'm like, me and you?
Yep.
It's cute.
I'm bad with those words.
Setters, how are you guys? So good to see you.
Hidden Spring Farm, Old Reading Farm.
Old Reading Farm. Woo-hoo. Yeah. I'm so excited to see your guys. I know I say it every live, but I'm excited to see your guys' property come along. Mm-hmm. You guys have a big to-do list, but that's super exciting to see someone else like kind of start from scratch, which is awesome.
Yeah, we heard you talking about clearing out the trees and stuff, and that's what we've been doing with the warmer weather. And
we really want a wood chipper.
Yeah.
We
get tired of trying to burn.
Yeah, but like around this time of year, it's either really nice or it's raining, and some of the stuff now that we're cutting is like honeysuckle or locust, and it's all starting, like all the sap is rising in the area, and the honeysuckle is getting ready to bud, so it's super green, and it's really hard to burn.
Hard to burn, yeah.
So I was like, if I had a wood chipper, I wouldn't have to worry about mulch.
Yeah. I have one of those big torches I use with the propane tank, and that helps get it started.
It is super fun.
I'm sure the neighbors wonder because it's loud. But
it sounds like a dragon.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I can hear it inside when he does it outside.
Oh, Wolfhead's got something here about goats. Says, LOL, we are waiting for our buck to get in gear. Girl's in heat, but he hasn't noticed.
And he'll get there.
Yeah, he will.
He'll get there.
And our buck's sort of, what do we call it, gentleman? Because he isn't pushy.
He's not pushy, but he's also a younger buck. But I was also telling him, like, I am on the waiting list for a really nice buck from, like, a breeder up north. But after that, like, I'll probably never go for a small buckling. It'll have to be, like, a wily old fella that really knows his digs. Because sometimes, like, the aggressive bucks will push does into heat way ahead of time. Just because, like, they go into rut and they just run on there.
We got a window right now. She just will not get her butt into gear. She will not go in heat. Ashley's frustrated with it.
And she keeps getting out.
Yeah. Where to begin? Homestead said, my husband always goes towards the spotted goats.
Yes.
There you go.
Even like when we had boar goats, I'm like, I want the dapple goats.
I will say, like, I'm like OCD with the colors, so I'm always like, if we get one breed, we need to get them all the same color. Like,
so he liked boars. He liked the very traditional is what the coloring was called, where they're white and they got a brown head or a black head.
But she's one ever, so. Oh, look.
Penelope has blue eyes.
Aw.
That's so awesome.
I like blue. Our first Australian Shepherd had blue eyes.
Yeah, Athena.
And then our mini one has like half blue eyes, so he looks crazy. Because it's like blue on the inner half, and then his regular eyes are on the outer half.
Yeah,
so it looks like
right in half. Like
people stop and stare at him for a second.
And
like,
we have a lot of people. I was like, "Is there something wrong?" Like,
it looks like he got cracked in the forehead and his eyes.
It does. It really, really does.
Instead of being cross-eyed, he looks the opposite.
He is wacko. He's a crazy boy.
Up here, Isaac said the siblings are black and white with blue eyes. Oh, they do have blue eyes. And the single one is a tan cream color with blue eyes. Ooh. Man, he's got all kinds of blue eyes.
Your tan cream color will probably they're considered to be gold. Cream is gold. And gold is a very dominant coloring with the Nigerian dwarf, so you probably get a lot of gold out of that. Blue eyes, though. I've only got two does that have blue eyes. Snow mold is a real thing. Okay. Yep. Okay.
And Adrian said she's heard of it, too. I was just wondering what it is.
Yeah. We
probably had it and just didn't know. We're not like really picky on our lawn since animals are always on it. So, what can I say? I had company this afternoon after motion. We're glad to be sitting here relaxing. I'm glad you're here relaxing with us. Hopefully, we can give you some comic relief at least.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah. We always end up coming with something ridiculous.
Yeah. We always try to stay on homesteading and always get off track. So.
See, Sunny snores too. Yes, Emma.
Yeah. Oh, Homestead Hopeful, new subscriber just came in from Old Reading Farms. Hello from a New York Southern tier.
So spring hasn't made it to you guys yet, but I've heard it's kind of tempting you guys up there.
Some of this weather might head their way after us. We hope so. It's nice.
I hope so because it's been in the 60s this week. But it's going to kind of go back down to almost normal, around the 40s and 50s is highs. But still, it's better than snow. Way better than snow.
Where to begin said never had snow mold, but we have a lot of bluegrass.
Yeah. in Kentucky.
Yeah, because it was funny because on the radio show, like he didn't explain it much. He just talked about when it happens and
he was
sort of how to
like,
treat
break
it.
up and you know, remove the leaves and anything that might hold moisture. So
to keep it from spreading.
I wouldn't even know what snow mold is or looks like.
And it sounded like it was after the snow. Like she had several inches of snow and it was left over on her lawn. So I don't know.
Michael, I sleep on my side. I sleep in the fetal position just about though. Like I will curl up like into a complete ball. So
yeah. Her like chin is on her knees. It's weird. And then she wakes up and she's like, my back's stiff.
I know.
I wonder why.
His shoulders hurt. He's like, you sleep in a ball.
Yeah.
So you sleep in there.
India backyard gardener. My dog snores. We have a dog. One of our dogs. Our dog always waits till I'm on a conference call up, and they'll start snoring in the background. So I'm like, great.
She'll come like at his feet and start snoring very loudly.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably think it's him. Thank you, Wolf's Head. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, drop me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I should be used to like the shameless self-promotion at this point, but I'm not.
Old Redding said, "Are you guys buying a wood chipper or renting?" We're thinking about it.
I would really like to buy. However, we're just clearing out a portion probably for pigs, and after that, you've seen our property. Like, there's really not a whole lot of wood. Like, we've done a lot of our clearing already and burnt a lot. So I feel like if we did, if we moved to the back.
I wonder how it would do with locust trees though. Those are so hard. Like we start using a chainsaw. Not to mention they grow thorns that are no lie. Like
that are barbed like at the ends.
But the goats will eat the bark off of them like nothing.
They'll eat them. So like for us,
they'll eat the spikes and everything.
Let's let the goats go with the locust trees and let them kill them.
They love them.
And then we'll drop them.
Yeah, they're called honey locusts.
They smell fantastic in the spring when they do bloom.
Yeah.
But then after that, they're just totally useless, and they get really tall and lanky.
Yep.
And they scare me to death for falling on some of our stuff. But it is what it is.
Yep.
I like the trees, and I like the privacy from the road, so the trees are pretty much dead.
Well, Patty said, I got the schmooze with a Nubian weather at the wedding on Saturday. I wanted to take him home. His sister. That's so cool. They had him at the wedding.
I love that.
Was it like a part of the wedding they had it there for, or was it like at a farm and they just
said the ring bearer.
Yeah.
Please tell me they had
like a ring buck.
Yeah. Well, no, he's still kind of a buck. He just doesn't have his.
Meany Akers said, I want a tricolor baby so bad. We will find out soon.
Ooh, I can't wait. I sit there and look at him. I'm like, so my buck is this, and then my buck's dam and my buck's sire or this color, and then I've got my doe, and I'm like, these are the color combination. And he's just like, so, I share your enthusiasm. Bruce! Hi, Bruce, from the Swarmstead. How are you?
Sonny looked it up for us. So according to the Googles, snow mold is a cold weather fungus primarily affecting cool season grasses found after spring snow melt.
Yeah, and we have a lot more snow this year.
We probably had it and just didn't know what it was.
Or we just didn't care.
Yeah.
We get really weird fungus towards what is it, like mid-spring, like in our grass, and it just kind of is like a brown tar. Like I would think that it was turkey poo, but it's really not. That's dog poo. No, it's not. It is not poo. I've stepped in it enough barefoot. I know it's like this is not.
Don't be afraid to walk
I walk around barefoot in our backyard, and our chickens free range and all that stuff. I know it's gross, guys. I use soap and water to wash my feet every night, and I have yet to get ringworm.
Hopefully before she gets into bed with me. But
I have yet to get ringworm. I've yet to have any animals exhibit ringworm. So
Adrian said it's like a fungus mold or something that kills the grass.
I like my grass.
Yeah. Even though our grass is rough in some areas.
Yeah, it is rough in some areas. But for any of you guys that don't know, because I know some of you are newer to our channel, we used to be an old cornfield. So everything that you see in our video, like 10 years ago, was an overgrown cornfield that hadn't had anything done with it for about 2 years. And sometimes, like, you'll be able to notice, especially like with I noticed in like some of our videos with snow, you can kind of almost see the corn rows where like the ground still hasn't flattened out because we were totally lazy. We did not like level a whole lot, and we let like that natural
we jumped right into
from like the plow.
Ashley's goal was to hurry up and try to get chickens and goats on as soon as possible. So
I don't wait for anything. Really bad.
So
I'm really like, we got the goats and we didn't have a fence.
No.
We didn't have stalls. We didn't have anything. But I was like, I found these 2 goats and I told him we would buy them. He's like,
pretty much it. Yep.
Story
baby
of my
steps.
life.
Baby steps.
There's never a baby step. I'm like a baby
steps,
trying to run on wobbly legs all the time. That's why I faceplant so often.
Yep. So where to begin said snow mold is a fungus that attacks the grass after the snow melts and kills the grass. What's up?
Central PA, 68 degrees today, Michael. That's fantastic.
Nice.
68. You got a little bit warmer than us. We're real breezy today too. Ooh.
Homestead Hopeful said we've had 2 days of 60s, pulled 25 gallons of sap today.
Really?
Oh wow, we're actually going to a syrup festival this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to a syrup festival. Oh, speaking of syrup festival, because I have my list of good things that happened this week. Because he laughs, but like he knows because like he's my husband and I gripe at him all week whenever I'm not having a good week. And I wouldn't say I'm having a bad week. It's just been like one of those weeks where I'm like,
yeah.
Is it Friday? So like sometimes I will just write what is good. And speaking of the syrup festival, so last year before like the world went crazy and COVID shut us all down and made life just not very interesting or fun for a while, we actually got to go to a syrup festival at like a state park, and I took footage and I made a video of it. And they contacted me this year. It's like, hey, we found your YouTube video. Would you mind if we used it for like some advertisement? I'm like, yes, as long as you give me credit for like the footage. So I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I gave them permission because I thought that was really neat, and we really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would enjoy a syrup festival,
and I love it because at the end of that you get pancakes. So I love pancakes.
And he loves pancakes.
And it's all you can eat pancakes.
Maple candies.
Yep.
Like I could make myself sick on good maple candy. Like a big bag of it, and it was gone that day. I'm not ashamed.
Hey, Country Homestead Preacher, good to have you in tonight.
How are you? All the way from Alabama. First time, well, welcome. I hope that you enjoy your stay here. Hello, Mama Burton. How are you?
Bruce said, wait, we switched sides, didn't we? You're using my right now? No, I'm using right.
Yeah, we did switch sides. Because he can tell because the name, too.
Yeah, I switched my mouse. So I use this.
He's got a weird mouse.
Yeah, I use it for work. And
yeah, he like sits there and
rolls it around. And it's actually like helps with my like OCD when I'm on a call.
Out?
Yeah, and I can play with it. So it's like a fidget tool when I'm bored.
I don't like it.
It's like a glass eye.
Ew. We've known several people with glass eyes, by the way, and all like pop out and like, look. It's always good to have friends with glass eyes. I think we have to.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
They make things really interesting.
That's funny. Oh, look at this. Wolf's Head said, oh, geez, I have so many cedar tree trunks just bare from the goats. Yeah, they love cedar.
Yeah. Trees. Cedars are like, did you know they're natural coolers too, like natural ACs? There's something about them that kind of funnels the air down. Oh. Like animals lay under there.
Pin Spring Farm said, but honey locusts are nitrogen fixers too. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That's what we needed for our corn, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were low on nitrogen. And we're out there cutting
maybe down. That we burned a lot of locusts and we put all that ash in the garden last year. Maybe that's part of it.
Maybe.
Because corn requires a lot of nitrates.
Oh, here it is. Patty said, the goat lives at the horse farm where my son was married. His name is Bernard. But he is so fat, he looks pregnant. He loves having his neck scratched.
Well, yeah, because he can't do it anymore because he's too fat. This is my favorite time, too. Like, speaking of really fat goats, so a lot of my goats are getting very rotund because we're approaching kidding season, which is another good thing that's happened this week. We are officially 1 month away from, like, our first due date for baby goats.
Yep.
But, like, I love it because they can no longer scratch. So, like, they'll come up to me and, like, want their butt scratched or, like, their bellies, and they're all, like... Yeah, that's something that makes me happy.
Old Reading Farm said, can we ask how you are doing on your watch hours since you hit the 1K?
Yeah, sure. We're a little over halfway.
Yeah, Ashley's always looking at the analytics.
Constantly looking. So we're like 2,300 hours, like roughly in that area. That's the whole bad thing about like once you hit that 1 year mark, like they start falling off, and you guys know from the YouTubes how it happens. So like I lose hours from this day a year ago, but I gain whatever hours I make on this day, like right now. So that's been kind of difficult. So we're like slowly creeping, but while I would love to make monetization like a thing, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a goal I don't want to like hold on to and be like, I want to be monetized, but like, but I'm trying not to fixate.
Put some reward to all the effort.
It puts more stress on me, and I'm afraid like if I over stress or over like hyper focus on it, it will affect the quality of my content in not a good way. So I worry about that. I'm trying not
Look
to.
at all the people saying they had nice weather today. Hidden Spring Farm,
That is so
Tinker,
good.
Patty, Tinker's wife, and then Indiana Backyard Gardener got up to 68, which
Yeah,
is about
see,
where we're at.
Yeah, it's a syrup festival,
Oh, yeah.
Homestead Hopeful. So like we have a couple of like the state park here does it, and then there are a couple of different places where they do their own maple syrup, and they have festivals where they come out and there's vendors and everything. And I know like I know some states are not as relaxed as Indiana is, like with like the whole COVID. But I mean, it's outdoors. People social distance. People wear masks. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. It's gonna be super fun. I can't wait. Yes. And so funny thing about the syrup festival last year, have stalker.
And my nephew, who's only like 4, stuck and took a picture and showed up.
But I tend to attract.
He tried to steal her phone, so I had to steal it back from him.
Your phone and okay, so like
I have to like watch her
with
when she's
an
around these guys.
adult chaperone. He was an adult as well, and you could tell like he was probably had a learning disability. And I tend to attract those people, which is fine. I don't know if it's just because like I'm very.
He was
open.
funny though, because
he was hilarious.
He messed with the guy taking care of him because he told him that they were married, and the guy's like, "No, we're not."
Married. And he was. I think he was probably like a foreign exchange student, like at the university. He's like, "Oh no, we got married." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
It was very odd, but like he's like, "Can I see your phone?" And I'm super trusting, probably to a fault. And handed my phone over, and he's like looking at the picture. He's like, "Your husband kind of looks like me."
Like,
no, he doesn't. He's like, "I think I'm gonna take your phone," and Mark's like, "Nope, you just never take it." He kept like the tour guide would take us so long, and he was talking about like
he was stuck to her like sure.
He really liked me.
Yeah. Followed us around the whole time.
That was totally fine. It was cool. Like I wasn't weirded out or anything. But like the tour guide would be talking about like trees, and he would say something, and you could tell like the tour guide was kind of ignoring him, and he would look at you like, "Right, ma'am, do you agree?" You're like.
And then she went to the bathroom, like walking into the porta potty, and he's like, "Where's she going?" I'm like, "Probably the bathroom."
Like, "Are you guys really married?" Because I pointed to him. That's where I met him. We were in the bathroom.
It was interesting.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's my husband and my daughter." And he's like, "Really?" It was fun. And my nephew
a bunch of team pancakes on here.
Team pancakes, not team waffles. I like waffles. I'm a waffle person.
Indiana Backyard Gardener says, Emma say pancakes.
Pancakes. You weren't at that life, so you don't know.
No, I don't.
That for him went like over. Anybody was at that life for Emma, because Emma has great lives too. She's like pancakes. It was fantastic.
Whole Country Homestead Preacher says, "I love your."
Oh, do you like that? Yeah, that's from Tractor Supply. Every now and then I go in there and raid when they have their clearance, and sometimes I get gems. That's a gem. In my opinion, that's a gem.
Oh, Hidden Spring Farm says, big thing up in our area is the Butter Tart Festival, but was canceled last year and this year because of COVID.
Oh, that sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. Butter Tart, it just...
Oh, I thought you were laughing at Haas's. It says, pancakes are disgusting.
Haas.
Oh, we love.
Come on.
Speaking of pancakes, so tonight, I'm sure all of you guys have probably tried it, and we're probably last on the bandwagon. Yeah. But I went ahead and bought some Nutella. Nutella, I guess.
Nutella?
Yeah.
Or Nutella?
I don't know.
You tell us.
Whatever it is good. And it said you can put on pancakes. So
I cannot believe I've lived almost 33 years of my life and never tasted Nutella until tonight. Because like we ate it, I'm like, oh, this is so good. I was just like, it's just like a thing people say is great.
Old Red Farm, I'm the only waffle team player here.
No, I like waffles.
Yep, we're equal opportunity breakfast food, so.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we all pretty much eat the same stuff.
Sometimes. They like French toast. I hate it.
That's true, you don't like French toast.
It's weird.
What's this one? The Christmas Under Crestline says, I love the rare occasion when the hotel we stay in has a pancake machine. That will be my 4th purchase after winning the lottery. I love pancake machines. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Like we had the one.
We had a waffle
I wonder if it's the one you're talking about. It like actually spit the batter out on a conveyor belt, and it would heat it, and then all of a sudden dump it off on your plate at the end. It was the coolest thing.
Really?
I've only seen one place.
I've never seen that.
And I swear I can keep our daughter and my niece and nephew off of it. They just kept making pancakes. It was like cat and hat.
Seriously, like when we go to hotels,
there was so many
I just
pancakes
don't want to
coming
leave the room like in the morning. And like him and Joe will go down and do like the whole breakfast things. That's probably why I'm saying it. Hey, Princess Liggins Gardens, thank you for the congrats. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Welcome to our live. It's crazy. Maybe Crazy Homestead. Tasha, how are you? Yep. You're okay. Life is busy. How is your goat, by the way? Do we have babies yet? Or is she fooling you? I feel like she may just be like dragging her mucus plug. Let go. For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, Tasha has a goat that is pregnant and had discharge. And like,
you might want to clarify that. After talking about pancakes and waffles, go to mucus plugs. That's not a breakfast food. Yeah, goats release mucus plugs just like humans do right before birth. Sometimes like a month before, a week before, days before, hours before. It's kind of just... Adrian, rotund is one of my favorite round words. That's a good word. Haas said waffles make butter pockets. I love that about the syrup too.
They do make butter pockets. That's perfect. Joe doesn't use syrup on her stuff. She gets extra butter. Oh,
Hidden Spring Farm says honey locusts are from the lagoon family. I planted them for fodder and for nitrogen in the orchard. I'll just keep them pruned if they get too big.
That makes sense.
Now, does yours also grow? I imagine the spikes.
Yeah.
Those things, man, there.
Well, there are some locusts that do not have the thorns.
Yeah, didn't we have some hybrids?
We did have some hybrids because I'm like, this is definitely a locust tree, but there's no thorn on it. So, and you know, like sometimes at Home Depot they have like the decorative locust trees that do not have thorns. So, yeah, I heard about tree hay fodder too because I was looking at like how much you'd have to get for like a bundle and how many bundles per goat for winter because I need another thing to do, like prepping for winter to do tree hay or tree fodder. But I've looked at it because I thought it would be pretty fun to supply them with that extra fodder.
Garden State Gardener said, congrats.
Ooh, hi, Garden State Gardener. Girl, I want to be monetized too, as long as I don't lose focus. Yes.
Yeah, that's the important part.
And I think, you know, Adrian had a really good conversation with me on her page, Friends of Farmstead Smith. So if you guys haven't checked out that Facebook page, please do. It's fantastic. We get on there and gripe, and I was having an identity crisis basically about my channel because we all sometimes have like those moments where we just kind of like don't know what we're doing or like we just have anxieties about the way that our channels are going or like what we're putting out there. And like I made the comment, like I feel like being monetized would make my content less wholesome. And that's not to say that anybody that's monetized has like less wholesome content. It's just like for me, I think me and you said it great. Like I'm afraid that it would take away like the focus of like what I'm trying to attempt. But I mean, she made a great point. She's like, why would you feel bad about wanting to be paid for your time? Because we all know like we edit for hours, we film for hours. It would be nice to get some monetary value out of that.
Abby said the stress is not worth it though up here.
Yes.
I mean, we're way behind. That's okay.
I know.
There's a bunch of talk about butter tarts. Your new favorite word.
Butter tart. Gibby, hi. How are you? Thank you for the congrats.
I'll hear some of the Nutella. Oh, Christmas on Crestline said never had Nutella.
Do it.
So try it.
It's worth it. We are believers now. I understand like all the Nutella memes. These are like.
Oh, Tasha said my kids love Nutella. Put it on rice cakes.
That would be great because you get like the crunch and the texture. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that. Waffles go cold too fast. The time you put some butter and syrup, it's cold. Yeah. I kind of with you, but I like them. Hello, Carpenter Self-Reliance. How are you? Welcome to the chat. EOBF, what's that?
Code for something.
I know. I'm not afraid to say I don't know what that is.
The newbie sitter says, I've never tasted Nutella. I'm afraid to. I know I will love it and don't need another addiction. So. Yeah, and I said that because he's like, it's not low in calories. I'm like, because I've been complaining about my food selections lately. Yeah. Patty said, Nutella, nope, it's way too sweet for me. Can't do that much sugar here. Need to make my own version. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It was super rich, but like.
It was good.
I was down. What
did you say tasted like those?
Like the Ferrero Rocher. Like the
Rocher,
like the chocolate balls, like they've got like little nuts on them and stuff.
Wolf said, totally agree with you. All this talk makes me want to go Waffle House. We love Waffle House.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why, but I like their coffee there. Like, you know,
I love their hash browns. I'm a hash brown person. I like starches. I mean.
Mm-hmm. Christmas on Crestline. Yes, pancake machines are awesome.
What's the Woolly Worm Festival? Kentucky
with
has
races and everything. Been one time.
Wait, races.
Kids got woolly worms with travel hutches.
Shut up. Seriously,
awesome.
Where in Kentucky does this happen? Where to begin? I need to know because I want to go to this festival.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, no babies, Tasha. It's coming.
Hidden Springs says Nutella is made by Ferrero Rocher. I don't know. I can't say those words. Chocolate company.
Fancy.
Quick tip: peanut butter first with a gentle swipe of Nutella, almost like Reese's. I would love that because I love peanut butter.
That's probably what he's going to do when we're done. Go try that. So, Chad, thank you.
Or we could just do some ASMR mukbang and do it right now.
No, I'm not okay with that.
Tasha said, I swear they're holding the babies hostages or have them the worst time possible.
It will be
the worst time.
A lot of mine will wait till like I'm hovering, and then I will go inside for 15 minutes to take like a breather or get something to drink or something to eat, and I come out and they're like, babies are up. I'm like, in 15 minutes? You couldn't wait 15 minutes? Like,
Hattie said there was a place here that made fresh waffles using beer in their batter. They were so delicious.
That sounds yummy.
That reminds me of like, I know we were talking about festivals and stuff. I hope they'll have all the festivals this year. Like we have all kinds of them. Like I saw the Woolly Worm.
We had like softball evaluations, and we just had our first 4-H meeting this week. So like, there's been a lot of things where we're like, normalcy.
Like they even have like Get a Fest down in Cincinnati, which we're not big fans of getting.
Okay.
Ashley can't eat
Don't
it.
Talk
she
about
served it at Perkins.
I used to wait tables at Perkins, and I swear it looks like cat vomit. It smells like cat vomit. Looks like cat vomit. I can't eat cat vomit, so I don't like it. Sorry if I offend anybody out there. We're on the breakfast foods topic, but I don't like it.
Hidden Spring Farm says, no, if you get the enormous variety, there are no thorns. So
I would like the enormous variety.
Yeah, because thorns are nasty.
Too many thorns in my hands.
Yeah. Some of them look like they're big enough they like pop a tire. So.
Really?
Yeah, I would think so.
Haas was your 1,000th sub Christmas at Crestline. That is fantastic. What a fantastic choice for the 1,000th.
Tasha said also congrats. Emma's got the join the Friends of Farmstead Smith Facebook group. There's the link down there.
Go check it out.
No, they can't see my mouse. I'm like circling.
I know he's like doing this. He's used to sharing his screen for work. So like he's over here with the mouse, like going crazy. I'm like,
Off kilter went straight NC-17 after monetization.
Hey there, TNS Dogs and Dragonflies Farm. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's a big milestone. I was super happy, and like Emma was a total cheerleader for me. She'd be like, "You're getting so close." I'm trying not to watch it too hard. But you guys have been fantastic. Because seriously, like we wouldn't get there. Honestly, the people that are in this chat, most of you are subscribed. So thank you. And while we are on the topic of subscriptions and being such a big milestone, we are going to do a giveaway. But I'm waiting until I get my community tab so like I can kind of prompt you guys like with what we're going to be doing and when I will do it.
She's watching like a hawk, by the way.
Emma showed me she got her community tab and then she rocked it with her first community tab post because it was great. And then I was like, I love mine so bad.
Hey, Braxton Robbins.
Hey, Braxton.
I'm kidding again. I have a question. Is a contraction about 5 minutes apart close?
Yes.
And what's your other trick? You feel their ligaments in the back?
Yeah, their ligaments are gone. And if she's contracting, like she's going to go pretty soon. And watch. It will be when you walk away, Braxton. You'll sit there and watch her. You'll look at her go through her end for an hour, patiently waiting. Yeah. And when you walk away, that's when all the action happens.
Homestead Hopeful said, oh my word, I'm totally missing out festivals. Yeah, we love
festivals. Like we really appreciate them. So like last year was just
I always like the small town vendors too that make their own like homemade stuff. Yeah. In our area they have a lot of festivals. So it's cool.
Hey Darren, how are you? Good to see you in our chat. Welcome. Congrats. How are your Highlanders doing?
On the great.
He's got the hairy coos.
Oh.
And I always ask him like, do you need asparagus?
Yeah.
Because that's the only tip I I ever had a cow, they would all just be called Fergus. Fergus 1, Fergus 2.
Homestead Preacher says, Country Homestead Preacher, they have Get a Fest here in Birmingham every day. You would love it down there then.
Yeah. You can keep that in Birmingham.
Braxton says, I feel like every Wednesday we are kidding.
Hey, that's okay. At least you know when to expect them.
Yeah, they're on a schedule, which is rare.
Yeah. I'd always wait till it's midnight. Like you were sick. The last time we kidded, it was Rapunzel was kidding, and like he had hurt his shoulder really, really bad. So I don't know what you've done to it. He did something where he had a pinched nerve, and like I was out for hours with Rapunzel, just kind of like I got like the lawn chair out, had like a blanket, was just kind of like on my phone waiting with my camera. And I went in after she was done. I texted like, there's 2 healthy bucks on the ground. I had to assist with 1 kind of, and we're good to go. And then like 2 hours later, he woke up and we had to go to the ER because his shoulder was just like an excruciating pain. So I'm like, Rapunzel, did you kind of know that was coming? So you knew like I would get no sleep. And then we had Joe's birthday party the next day.
That was fun.
So we got back in at like 4 a.m.
Well, that's fine. That's on painkillers.
Yeah,
so
he
was
like, great. I remember you're like, I'm here. Entertain people. I'm so
like,
tired.
Taking as many doses of caffeine through your energy drinks as possible.
Yeah.
So
8 lives going again, Patty? My goodness.
Man, we picked a popular time.
I know. Wednesday is a popping time.
Emma says, haha, I was asking Adrian all sorts of questions about the community posts and how to make GIFs or GIFs from videos.
Well, Adrian,
she was
yourself.
super helpful. There you go.
Hey, Adrian, you should make that like a video for Adrian Rose. And then you're going to that was just
I'm not sure.
I had too many thoughts in my head trying to come out at one time, and it came out later.
I was worried our stream froze for a second the way that came out. In real life, too.
So, if any of you in here do not know, Adrian at Farmstead Smith has a second channel called Adrian Rose, which is a YouTube help channel, and she's super helpful and always open to answer questions. So,
like Patty says, Adrian is our personal YouTube guru.
She is. She's fantastic.
Yep.
We really enjoy having her around. Not just for that. We love Adrian to begin with, but that's just fantastic.
He said that Fergus is doing great.
Fergus is doing great. I can't do anything more than Fergus in that kind of accent.
Country Homestead Preacher says our son is in a Birmingham police and he stays busy.
I bet he does. I bet he stays super busy.
Arresting all those get-up criminals.
He's so funny. So something exciting is going to happen this week. So we got, you hope so. There's a lot of things where we're like, we just need to change, like job-wise. We just need to change, both of us. And outside of that, something fantastic is happening this week. So some of you saw our video, like we did an egg swap with John and Kat over. The dog just sat down really loud.
One dog wants in. So
yeah, one dog wants in and one dog's looking at it through the window.
Come on, Judy.
And so we did an egg swap, and those eggs have almost reached day 21. They are officially on lockdown. My incubator, the Nurture Right 360, stops rotating 3 days from the hatch day. So they stopped rotating yesterday. So we are in lockdown, and I swear I saw one egg move today. Like I was looking at it, and it moved. So I'm like, I do think that I have a couple in there. What? What? Was it this?
Mm-hmm.
Was it this?
Her daughter used to do that when she was like 3. She said she was a chameleon. That's how she acted. Like
oh yeah,
there's video.
She came up to Dad. Yeah, it's hilarious. But he's like, "What does the chameleon do?" And she's like, "Cause you know, like they'll be on like the branch, and they're like." He's like, "How did their eyes go?"
Video and use that somewhere else. Too.
And she's like in the video, and she's like.
Yeah. It's cute.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining.
It was super entertaining.
But yeah, we have eggs getting.
Yes, they are on lockdown. I think there are a couple that from like I try not to pull them out often.
I've never seen her more worried about humidity since this little contraption came.
I know. I walk by and I'm like, what? 48?
So she yells the number, and then runs this thing, grabs the water, runs back and puts water in it. So.
And I can't put in cold water because then I've noticed like the humidity doesn't go up.
I've never seen a hen do that in a chicken coop, but
yeah, he's like, does the hen have a hydrometer in there with her? Is she like, oh, we're at 48%? Good job.
Yeah.
Stop. That's what the incubator instructions say. I'm following instructions. We're always telling Joe, make sure you follow instructions, and then there you are. I have been a little apprehensive about the
She's been a
humidity
mother hen.
level
Yep.
in there. But I do have 4. 2 of my own eggs were not fertilized, like they were bombs waiting to happen. And I actually have 4 in there, like because I kindle once a week. I try not to get them out all the time because the humidity freaks me out. And I think from like last week to this week, something's happened with these 4. I'm leaving them, hoping they don't explode. And I'm just like gonna see, like if
I'm gonna be on a call one day tomorrow.
it's gonna be a terrible.
Yeah. Well, love it.
Can you video if that happens?
No, I'm not.
Make me another short. Oh, you guys can thank Mark for the short today. He filmed that on his own.
Yeah, I happened to be home and look out the window and see Joe go by with the
cart
and the bunny, and it was sort of funny.
It was so cute. He loves it. Like she's still been dragging him around the yard in that cart, and he acts like the Queen of England. Like he goes up to the side and like looks out like peasants, not getting your cart ride. The chickens follow him around and everything's crazy.
That's awesome.
Hey Cody, I didn't see you come in, bud. How are you?
There's Adrian Rose's YouTube up channel, so check that out.
TNS Dog and Dragonflies. You were a part of that egg swap too, right?
Move down.
I'm sorry, I went to Cody. Poor guy has to take care of the chat, and I jumped everywhere.
Egg swap. So was he part of it?
I think you guys are. How are your eggs coming along? Did you guys get yours okay, or were you ones that had some smashed eggies in the mail? My one corner came up bent all to you know what and back, but luckily no damage was done to the eggs.
Tasha asked, did you take the turnaround and put paper towels down?
Not yet.
And then don't stress too much about humidity until lockdown.
Okay, good.
And now it's like through the roof. It's like a sauna.
Well, like it's supposed to be like between like 65 and 70 with like the thing all the way open, and I've been making sure like
Margie
it stays there. Did you like that short? Fun Bun is a special rabbit. Like seriously, he is probably like the sweetest thing ever. But he will chew right through a jacket if you're not paying attention.
Haven Farm said we just started 23 eggs in the incubator. Thankfully, never had any explode last year.
Well, I'm afraid now that I have spoken, it will come into fruition. So for his, it'll happen when he's at home by himself, and he'll have to, because I'll be like, no, that's bacteria. You have to clean it all out now. You can't let the bacteria contaminate the other eggs. So then I'll have to hear.
Have to beat Virgin about it, I guess.
I'm sorry.
It works.
He also calls me at lunch. He's like, is this goat supposed to be out? I'm like, none of them are supposed to be out. So because he works remotely from home, like a lot of times.
And I sit by the window by the barn, so like I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden one will just go trotting by, and I'm like, I don't think that's supposed to be.
Or he'll like wait for the Ring cameras to go off. So we have Ring cameras in the front, and they'll like he's got it on his phone where it'll chime because like delivery people, Amazon, whatever. But every now and then it's like the turkeys. So like I don't know how many times he will like open up the speaker because you can hear like you can talk through it, you can hear it. So he'll like gobble, he'll be like at the turkeys and they'll gobble back. So that's what he does.
And then last Sunday we were at church and I just like listened to church music. So like they were having like church in our driveway. Like there was a bunch of chickens just sitting there looking up at
he was looking because like the alarm, the chime went off.
They got loud and they all scattered.
Yeah, one flew underneath the car. It scared it so bad it got real straight and then was like, nope, it went underneath the car. It was cool. So what eggs did you give TNS Dogs and Dragonflies? What is your name, by the way? And so I don't have to call you Dogs and Dragonflies.
Where to Begin said, we get to candle our eggs later tonight. Do you raise your humidity on lockdown?
Yeah.
Some do, some don't. Just wondering.
By the directions because this is my first time incubating. I've never incubated eggs. I usually just let Mother Hen do her thing because she knows best. This is my first time incubating, and I've tried to go like by the book. So like, if things go wrong, then I can blame the manufacturer's directions and not me. So we have like most of the time, the last 3 days where they go on lockdown, we go from 50 to 55% humidity all the way to like 65 or 70%. With the vent all the way open. So like I keep like filling water in there to keep like the humidity up. And I'm guessing that's probably to help because as the chickens start to hatch and crack through, sometimes like if they're having like trouble and they're halfway open and their membrane around them dries out, it'll stick to them and make it really hard for them to hatch. So I'm assuming that is why the humidity is pulled way up high. But you're right. There are a lot of people that do incubate and hatch in a lot of different ways. So I won't tell you my way is the only way.
And then I was asking Ashley too, like what happens after they hatch, and you said, like,
yeah, I'm
leaving
leaving
them
them in there until they're completely dry for like 24 hours, 30 hours, and then they'll go into a brooder.
Yeah.
And we're going to be using, we used to use heat lamps, but last year we switched over to a heat plate, and I can't remember whose ours is by like Happy Coop or something, but it worked really well for us last year, and it's a lot safer. We actually had a scare with a heat lamp years ago, so I've really tried to like eliminate my use of heat lamps, but not for a heat lamp.
Patty said the short was adorable, by the way.
Did you like it, Patty? Leo Bunbutt is like the bomb.
So
He's
Ashley
the best
also
puppy.
did a TikTok version one, but since she didn't have the song right, she couldn't put it on YouTube. But the TikTok one,
it's riding dirty.
yeah,
Catch me
it's
riding dirty.
that's funny in there. I got a
They
kick
see
out of
me
that.
rolling and they hate it. Yeah. Sorry for you guys having to hear me try to sing be gangster about it in my Carhartt hoodie, which technically Carhartt is kind of like gangster now.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a fashion.
TNS, I'm the S part.
So you're Shelly.
Yep.
I feel like you've told me that before too, and I am really, really sorry
And
if you have.
Also, she says she locks down with high humidity.
Good. Okay,
so.
that makes me feel better because I'm just going by my directions.
Oh, is that a dog in the picture? That's a big dog. It looks like a Great Dane or something.
There are multiple dogs in that picture.
So close to the
I'm
camera.
sorry.
All I saw was your eye. That was funny.
Oh.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Homestead Hopeful.
Yes,
it's good to have you in tonight.
Thank you so much. We appreciate seeing you in our chat.
And where to begin's gotta go
Have
feed
fun
the
with
bottle
your bottle
calves.
calves. Thank you for leaving us on. Girl, that's a ghetto. It is a ghetto tune, but it's
Yeah.
so funny because like Joe's like all like cute, her little like fleece pulling his bunny, and then we got this ghetto rap going on. I'm like, Mark, look what I did on TikTok. I think I took it down because I didn't put hashtags because there was like 40 hours and no views, and I'm like, oh, I forgot hashtags in there. Does that affect it because I'm new to TikTok? So I don't really know anything about it.
Yep.
We have 2 Great Danes.
Well, that makes sense.
Is that why you and Old Reading Farm get along so well? I love when they bring
they're huge
screen because they always do something so hilarious, and it kind of makes me want Great Danes.
And they're a dog, like you can't. It's hard to be comfortable around because they'll just start walking through, like you know, they're not like a lap dog. They'll just. Hop
they're bigger than my goats.
Try to work around the cameras, be nice.
So like I could just totally see them like a miniature cow. That's what they are. They're like miniature
they're
cows,
always like trying to film, and
mini
the dogs
Dexter
are always
cows.
coming through.
Yeah.
They are big dogs, though.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on.
We had some friends just get some big ones. What were those? The Mastiffs?
They're like English Mastiffs,
yeah,
I think.
They're pretty big ass puppies.
Super cute too.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't miss the puppy phase of having dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the phase that we're in right now with one of our dogs who wants to spite poop in my house. Yeah. It's the crazy one that does it too, where I'm like, oh, okay.
You can tell he's ticked.
Yeah, you can tell he gets a little spiteful when you get him out.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Shelly calls them house ponies.
I love it.
That is a perfect name for them.
That is so So have you only ever had Great Danes, or are they comparable to other breeds? Talk about the pup first. See, Old Reading Farm Great Danes are the best. I love when you guys have your Great Danes on frame when you're doing your lives. They crack me up.
Yep.
Like, is it Pebbles? Is Pebbles the puppy?
Yep. See, Old Reading said Great Danes are the best.
You sneezed on John twice on your live. That was hilarious. I felt so bad too because I'm like, ooh.
Our dogs want to wrestle lately whenever we're on the
Only when we're on lives.
Yeah.
They want to snore when he's on conference calls, growl when company's over, and then wrestle when we're on live. Yeah. It's very odd. They have they're only and then Joe just completely like I have more things written at work. I wrote things at work and then I didn't bring it home. Because that is how I roll.
Yeah.
Mark, what are some good things that have happened in your week?
We cleared out a bunch of the brush.
Yes.
So that was a good start. So yeah, we're trying to really plan out. I don't know if we'll get them this year, but it's the Coon pigs that she keeps talking about. We're really trying to get ahead of that. And she promised me that's one thing we'll make sure we get a spot ready first.
Yeah, you guys.
Which I know means I got to rush to get a spot ready first, or that timer's going to run out and she's just going to be like, hey, I found somebody.
He's not wrong. Yeah. He's not wrong.
I will say, though, like, she really pulls me into getting stuff because she'll be like, it's a really good deal. And, like, she'll actually.
I will not
it's hard
like,
to pass
go
up,
broke on something.
Yeah. So
like, even with our Nigerian dwarves, like, when we switched, Like I found good bloodlines that were kind of like.
And Coon Coons are gonna be so hard because they're not super popular in the area.
No, I already found a breeder.
Oh,
I already found a breeder in Indiana.
All right. Well, I guess we got that figured out then. So yeah,
Who gets to find out with you guys?
We're clearing out a lot of brush. Some of it has thorns, and then we didn't realize how much grapevine we had. Like it's choking everything out. It is.
Do any of you guys here deal with grapevine? And does it kill your trees?
I don't know if it's regional.
Like flat out killing our trees.
Like what invasive stuff do you guys have in your area? Because for us, it's grapevine, and then the honeysuckle are bad. Like underbrush and like our wooded areas.
But I know the honeysuckle is invasive.
Yeah.
Was it the grapevine that's protected at a certain amount, like a certain
but seriously,
height,
we
and
have
after it becomes,
like some that are like no life, like
it's bigger
4 or 5 inches,
where it's just like whoa,
and it's choking our mulberries. So if
all
they
those
do
trees,
that,
like in the summertime, will go from like this to just totally like pulling them over.
And we're gonna be in trouble because if they kill the mulberries, we're gonna have to change our name. So can't become mulberry branch farmer if we don't have mulberries. But anyways,
never thought about it like that.
They're bad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're super bad here.
Because I'm worried, even if we clear out some, so we're cleaning out some to like the edge of this big ravine we got between us and the road, and we want to leave a lot of the brush on the other side so we can still have privacy in the backyard. That's one thing we like is really we can't see any houses in our backyard.
It's fantastic. Yeah. I love that. That doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me.
Yeah, we like the privacy.
I enjoy my privacy. And I could never live like where I could be like within throwing distance of my neighbor's house.
But we're cutting it pretty thin, and then if the grapevine gets in there and kills some trees, we're gonna be it's pretty bad. Cody said, "When are you getting into rabbits?" Didn't you say we were playing? Did you tell somebody you were getting into?
You were here when I said that.
I hear you telling people.
He is so used to hearing me saying, "I want to do this. I want to do that." God bless him, he's still right here with me. Yeah. He's such a good sport. Yes, that is in the plans. I don't know if it's going to happen this year because I kind of jumped the gun on the Muscovies. You guys get a whole video on their move out.
Cody also
really fun.
Ever make anything with the mulberries? They're good.
Yes.
Yep, we made mulberry jam. Yeah.
You make jam. And people wait for our jam. Like they ask us, did you make your mulberry jam?
You definitely have to add sugar to it because it's not like a real sweet berry like anything else. But they are good.
I think it's great.
And it's actually like a really good stain too because it like stains your hands for days after you pick them.
I have like bad black fingertips, so like when I go to work, people are like, what have you been doing? I'm like, oh, I've been picking mulberries because you can't just like, you have to strip the stems and basically de-seed them a little bit. But that's preference. If you want seeds in your jam, that's fine, but you don't want the stem. And like literally, I was like pinching them, and then Mark last year's like, I'm gonna go buy us a pair of fingernail clippers, and we're gonna use that and save because my fingertips would be like numb. It would hurt. I would be like raw because like in order to make like 7 or 8 jars of jam, like I need a lot of berries.
Several quarts.
And we didn't get any last year because of the late frost. So yeah, but I've heard that mulberries also are good for clearing out the system if you're stocked up.
It does for the birds because they mark every color.
Because you can always tell when the birds will tell us with the colors of their poop when the mulberries are ready because our
colors of their poop.
The colors of the rainbow poop. And
poop.
Yeah, they do. Our cars will have purple poop on it. I'm like, I guess the mulberries are in, and sure enough, they are.
Hattie said English ivy and Himalayan blackberry are the 2 nasty ones here. Now, is the blackberry edible? Is it like an edible plant?
Yeah. I know I don't think it's Himalayan blackberry here, but like I know they're bad for like running where they hit the ground and run again. We've got a huge blackberry patch in the back that we didn't know we had until this year. We've been on this property for like 11 years almost. We've been on our property for almost 11 years and did not know that we had that massive of a blackberry patch in the back of our property.
Yeah.
But we've mowed around it now,
like
passed through it. So yeah, we were back there bush hogging, and he's like, "Did you know that all these blackberries are back there?" And I was like, "No, how many are there?" He's like, "Oh, it's like an entire acre of blackberry bushes." So I'm like, that's why the deer like to be back there in the summertime, like they're eating the blackberries. And we had multiple harvests from that this year. You guys didn't get to see that like in a video because I don't know why I didn't make a video of that. I made a lot of blackberry
off
cobblers.
the cuff. We just went back and
I made lots of cobblers and stuff. So.
Yep. Emma said softball player saying she doesn't want neighbors throwing distance. True.
This is true. This is true. I still like to warm up. So like we had evaluations on Saturday, and I am that parent. And I apologize to Joe, but I'm like, you haven't done this in a year. Let's go outside and throw real quick, just so like you're not. I know how she is. If she messes up, she's a perfectionist, much like we are sometimes, and it will like kill her self-esteem if she gets out there and makes like a complete fool of herself. So I'm like, hey, let's go out back and we'll do that. And she still yells at me like when I try to underhand. She's like, we all know you were a pitcher, Mom. We get it. That's too fast. Underhand at me. She's like, you have to warn me. And I'm like, well,
they always sit there and pick at each other. It's nice.
Or like when she's hit, I'm like, man, you make contact, swing through, pull your shoulder through. I'm like, don't stop. She's like, I am. I'm like, I'm gonna take a video of you and show you. You're making contact and you're stopping.
Yeah, imagine all this when they're just trying to go out and toss. It becomes this like squabble.
And hence why I'm not coaching this year. Yeah. I figured she needs a break from me, and like then I can be her cheerleader, because that's the only bad thing I'll say about coaching.
She's a little sassy.
She's a little sassy.
Yeah. More to you, not me.
Yeah, she's not to him, but she will straight up mouth
off. I just don't care.
Like yesterday, I'm so glad I wasn't filming anything in the bar, because I'm like, you need to lose your attitude. Like,
like she'll roll her eyes, and then Ashley gets that. She rolls her eyes at me. I'm just like, okay, you're still doing it.
Has to also translate between us.
Yeah.
Because she will say something, and I will hear something completely different, and he's just like, oh my God, you guys. Yeah.
So she was. I don't know if I told you that.
Did you guys? Yeah.
Yeah. So she was in the back. Joe was in the back seat, and Joe said, "What was it? Oh, you." So Ashley told her she was a bottomless pit because she was wanting something to eat again.
Yeah, we had just left Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Like,
she wanted something to eat. So Ashley said she's a bottomless pit, and so Joe tells her to tells Ashley to give her her drink so she could spit in it. And Ashley's like, "Why are you gonna spit in my drink?" She's like, "Because you said I'm a bottle of spit." But Ashley didn't hear that, so she's like, "Why do you want to spit in my drink?" And Joe's like, "Why are you yelling at me?" It was a mess. So I basically had to tell him. I said, "Ashley, you said bottomless pit. Josie, you heard bottle of spit." That's where it was. You guys believe me. It's
he's a saint.
Yeah.
This
is why I'm driving. I'm just looking straight ahead, just stating this out. And both of them stop, and both of them like, ah.
Well, you can just see like the enlightenment pour over us. We're like, oh, okay.
That's what's going on. It's a cluster. I tell you what.
A cluster is a really good way to describe
Cody says, I have suffered from mulberry fingers too. That's a new name for it, mulberry fingers.
So we're no longer mulberry branch bar. We're mulberry finger bar.
That sounds like a good t-shirt. I have like hands up and purple fingers. Like, I have mulberry fingers.
Yeah, you come up with the design for our merch shop.
I'll make it doing the shockers.
Do not bring that up on a live. That's so gross.
Off Kilter says, you should make dandelion jelly this spring. I don't know if I've ever had dandelion.
I've never made it, but I keep seeing people that do. I keep covering your comment. It's cracking me up. Yeah, we stopped spraying our dandelions. Like before, when we first started growing grass, like we would get rid of our dandelions, but now with like the beehives with beekeeping, like it all stays. So I didn't try that this year. I've heard so many good things about it.
It's wonderful. So
I've heard it has a lot of homeopathic.
I was gonna say, can't you make dandelion tea or something like that?
I thought it was good for like inflammation. I might be wrong though.
I know it's good for leaving.
I'm really glad to see you in here, Joe Mama.
Feathery things across the yard. Yeah, Joe Mama.
Oh yeah, she's in here.
Yeah. Oh, Patty said the blackberries are delicious, just horribly invasive. Yeah. Starlings and other birds eat them, and there are some fields and buildings covered with them. So.
Are they thorned like the blackberries?
Oh, here, yeah. Because this tore us apart when we were going through that big patch in the field.
I don't care if it's 100 degrees. Like I'm going through in coveralls because I'm just not down to get tore up like that.
And then you sort of get tired of picking them, and then you start squeezing them too much, and like that sucks too. You gotta pick them, and it's like
angry picking.
Yeah. My fingers hurt. They're cramping. Hey, Audra. Cody said bottle of spit. Oh well.
He does play referee all the time.
Mark is a gift, yes. That's why I like to look at myself to them, but they don't appreciate it.
I try to tell him that all the time, but then I'm just like,
Emma said, yes, and the t-shirt, mulberry fingers.
I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, I went kind of crazy like making designs last week. But if you guys haven't checked out our merch shop, Nightbot has probably dropped it a couple of times. I probably need to get him to drop it more often. But we do have a merch shop.
Yeah. She likes drawing on that.
I like drawing. Because Adrian showed me that Procreate app, and I have been on it non-stop.
Yeah, because she tried on, what was it, Paint?
Yeah.
Like, Paint or whatever. And it just wasn't wasn't easy to use.
It was just so ragtag. It was not smooth. Like, I couldn't get it to a high enough definition where it looked nice. Yeah. Like, you could tell.
So the shirts that we have out there, she's actually designed all herself. Like, they're not just like clip drawings or snips off of something else. She's drawn each of them. So India Backyard Gardener said, "My rabbits love dandelions."
Not to the comment yet, but it's there. Yeah, Fun loves dandelions too. I always bring them to him in the springtime.
Audra said, "I made some violet syrup last year. I will again this year. It's amazing on strawberries."
Really?
What is violet syrup?
So it's like the violet, little violet flower, like the wild violets, and you make a syrup out of it. I saw it on your Facebook. I may have to harass you for the recipe.
That's pretty cool. Emma said, "Oh, I haven't made dandelion jelly yet, but I've made dandelion blossomed. Was that ganache? I don't know.
Tell us how to say it, because
I'm not.
Quinoa, remember?
Yeah.
Quinoa.
With the wilted.
I remember
quinoa. Yeah. With the wilted dandelion green salad, so good. By the way, on the quinoa, so you know I think it's Progressive. Like, don't be like your parents. They had quinoa on there. So apparently, we're saying quinoa. We are like 60 years old.
We are the people in those commercials. Like,
and now we can't say.
When they're like standing over the plumber, like you're paying him to do the job. Yeah. You're not here to supervise.
Yeah, you can tell we don't eat refined food.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, not good. Yeah.
I'm afraid to even try to make dandelion jelly. I'll just like pick dandelions and go. Careful. There you go. I told you needed a manly shirt, so there you go.
I'm dead.
What? All those cars have them on the back.
They're all over at the university I work at. I'm like, you dirty little heathens.
The little rice burner ones, like the Fast and Furious ones.
Choke me up, Cody.
Patty said lots of thorns.
Lots of thorns. See, that's when it's just like, ugh. The mulberries, we don't have thorns. Blackberries.
That reminds me, I would work with a guy from India, and he'd always say, like, if something was bad, you were sitting on a throne of thorns.
Yeah, he was getting married.
He was like, tell my boss.
He's like, it would be like sitting on a throne of thorns.
I was like, I don't know how to take that. So it sounded pretty brutal. Yeah, sounds like you have a good marriage. Keep it up.
Fleetwood Patch.
Yeah. Not sure what you just walked into, Fleetwood.
We've been all over the place.
You've been here before.
All over the place.
Backyard gardener.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep talking, let her laugh. So Emma said it's gnocchi. So yeah, we were totally off. Emma knows that she just basically has to pronounce every word that she says.
Can you spell those things phonetically now for me? Because we're like, gnocchi.
We need the Hooked on Phonics version. So, ganache.
Translator.
Yeah. There's another shirt. It's not ganache, it's gnocchi.
Oh my god.
Or just a shirt says, here's the words that Mulberry Branch cannot pronounce. It's
quinoa,
gnocchi.
Quinoa, and then put on the back how it really should be pronounced.
Yeah. So let's see. Get them on an educational channel. Audra said violet syrup is so easy.
Yeah.
You have to collect
a ridiculous amount of those little flowers.
I imagine if they're small flowers.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. Is like, how much do you have to get to do that?
Is it flavored? Because me thinking of flowers, like I wouldn't think a flower would have much flavor, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess it could.
Well, like, have you ever had
squeaking? That's up. She's getting with her fidget self there.
I'm sorry.
You're okay. I'm like, what was that?
Put it down. What were you asking now?
Would it have a flavor to it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it would. So, the macaroons okay, I don't know why I'm bringing macaroons, but I'm bringing them into this conversation.
At least you said them right.
So, did I say that right? I don't know. I'm questioning everything I pronounced. I need to get.
Yeah, apparently we need it.
I need to get on that plate.
This segment brought to you by Hooked on
So
Phonics.
like, because I work at physical facilities, sometimes like pre-COVID, when people actually came into the office, we'd have like people that would come in for our internal designers, interior designers.
Okay, scared me for a second.
And like sometimes like when people want to come in and like get the contract or they want the job, like they will kind of like woo you, or they would woo our interior designers. And this one firm brought in lavender macaroons, and they were phenomenal. Like they brought in like floral flavor. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I'm sorry. They brought in floral flavored macaroons, and they were like, I could not stop. I was just like, these are the best thing that I have ever had. I'd never had macaroons before that either. Uncultured swine.
Yeah. What's that one thing we were talking about the other day for you to try? Cannoli. You said you hadn't had one of those.
I've never had a cannoli.
But there's not like many places local that make them here.
No, and I think I'd want a really good one.
Boston, when I went, had really good ones.
Yeah, he's got all this stuff. I like squid though. I like eating octopus and squid. If that counts for it, they probably don't taste like cannoli.
Indiana Backyard Gardener, dang, must have been an
arranged marriage. Was it an arranged marriage though? Because he was over here.
I don't think I asked him. One of the other guys it was, and like he didn't like who he was arranged with, so he like never talked to her. Then the one that was talking about the Thrones had like a process where when they named their daughter, they picked out of a book, like the scriptures that was read that day.
For that day, that it would be that.
It was cool. Name was Jasmine. That was in the name.
Yeah.
The scripture.
He was very nice.
Yeah, he was cool.
His wife was pretty cool too.
Talked to him off and on from Facebook.
Yeah, we liked them a whole lot.
Yeah, one of them asked, because I've worked with a bunch of them and went over there a couple times, and one of them's like, "Hey, can you see if they'll ship shirts?"
Yeah, he wanted one of our shirts.
So cool.
I was like,
somebody in India be wearing
that's so neat.
A shirt from a small farm in Indiana, but unfortunately they didn't because of COVID.
Yeah. So we said maybe in the near future, like they'll.
I let him know if he could come stateside, I'd get him one.
Yeah, if he's ever here, they do come over pretty often when like COVID's not happening.
Yeah, when they're working with us. So Patty said, "Violets have a fragrance that is what you taste in a jelly." That's right.
Indiana Backyard Gardener making fun of me. Loading.
It's Emma. This video is not sponsored or affiliated with Hooked on Phonics. Emma said she also wants to be wooed. You were wooed.
They woo them.
You were wooed at the syrup fest. We just didn't like that woo.
Ma'am, do you agree with me?
We liked Ashley a lot.
He was looking for us, like for the way wagon to go back to the cars.
Loading. That's pretty good. Emma said cannolis are delicious. They are. Yep.
Oh, video.
That would be worth watching. How much these things are. Yep.
I don't know how to react. Like some of those people get so into it. I don't know if I could be that comfortable with myself on video eating. I just don't know if it's in me.
Shelly said, let's see. Oh my God, you are cracking me up. My husband speaks Spanish, so I put my hillbilly spin on his food dishes.
Tell me you say quinoa. Tell me you say quinoa.
Actually, you might need to educate us on how to put hillbilly spin and make sure that we're speaking appropriately with.
I wonder how often I do this, like in day-to-day speaking to people, and they're just like, "Oh, she's
so we'll go.
Poor thing."
There's like a local Mexican restaurant here in our town, and I love it. But like, I'll go and I won't even try to say what's on the menu, and then she'll try to be like,
"I will roll my R's and mark." Try to roll your R's.
No.
Try.
I just roll my eyes when she rolls her R's. It's like she'll be like trying to say it, and then she'll get hung up on something. He'll like say it. Like, one time he corrected you. Remember? He's like,
he
no.
did. He did. Where he was like calling me out for like trying to. He knew I needed Hooked on Phonics, and he was like, we're not going there. Backwoods Indiana girl.
I like that though. Putting a hillbilly spit on his food dishes. That's awesome.
Oh God.
Audra said it's a very green taste, a little floral. It pairs really well with strawberries. I would slice up strawberries, pour the syrup over them, and make shortcake. That sounds amazing.
Really good. I don't know if we get enough violets.
Joe like strawberry shortcake. We always buy the little shortcake things.
Yeah, I like our strawberries that we grow fresh here.
Yeah.
I almost don't eat strawberries like from the. I guess I'm a garden snob in that way.
Yeah, our Dollar General try to go organic, I guess, and they have like a little fresh fruit section now. But every time you go, it's like older. The fruit's like getting old. So
yeah.
Always like
I hate that. So, Emma, so
what?
Picking at me?
Yeah. Quinoa. She's explaining it to us.
Quinoa. Quinoa.
Me and you, Aker says, okay, this is better in TV.
I'm so glad.
It might not be as good looking as some of the walls on TV, but hey,
speak for yourself.
Homestead Odyssey, good to have you, and thank you for the congrats.
You're from
1K.
Cincinnati?
What?
We're like not far from Cincinnati.
Yeah,
we're like 35 minutes from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We're northwest.
We're basically in the middle between, if you knew where Richmond, Indiana is, and Cincinnati. We're right in the middle, little town there.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I can't believe you're making fun of me for like trying to like roll my R's and talk.
I just thought it was funny when he corrected you because you were like trying to.
I was trying so hard to pronounce something, and he was like, "Oh, do you mean this?" I'm like, "Yes, I mean that." Like, I couldn't pronounce it.
He was not putting up with it. Rejected.
He's like, "I'm not impressed by your R's."
Your R's suck. Okay, he says, "I have no idea how to roll R's. Drives me nuts." Yeah, I'm the same way.
How?
You can't touch your tongue to your nose, though. Remember me and
Do it. Do it. It's so gross. It is so gross. Somebody else tell me that's gross. It grosses
out. My
me
daughter
out.
could do it too.
Joe can too, but they like pull like way up.
What?
They pull their chins way up. It makes me think of Popeye because Popeye's like
jut jaw.
You know. He makes fun of me for jutting my jaw too when I get mad.
Yeah, whenever she gets mad, I just start saying jut jaw.
But it was funny because I realized it's inherited. So when my sister gets on me, I'll be like, all right, jut jaw. So it's like,
and then she totally loses focus and tries to like shift her jaw in and out.
She's like this, like she'll be mad. She's like, try not to do it.
Audra's probably going to get kicked out of that.
Be like jut jaw.
Audra said she can't roll her R's either. See, I'm not alone. It's a little tricky.
Well, apparently I can't either because the guy at the Mexican restaurant was not
R. It was something you were trying to say.
It was something different. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, Patty said violets are high in vitamin C
Are
too.
They really?
Nutritious too. Vitamin C is good to have.
Emma's like me. She can't eat the strawberries from the grocery store. They are not anywhere near as sweet. Do you have snakes in your strawberry patch?
Yeah, we have
tons of snakes, but I'm guessing because like mice like strawberries. So like I never get rid of the snakes in there. I'm like, yes, live in there, but like when I'm going for the berry, if you could move away politely, I'll say excuse me as I take the berry, but like don't threaten me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were raised in Batavia? What?
Oh, that wasn't.
That is not far at all. We know where that. We've been to Batavia before.
Yeah, I actually grew up in Ohio on the like northwest side of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And then she grew up in West Harrison, which is on the west side of Cincinnati.
On the Indiana line.
And then I work in Fairfield, or did.
Yeah. And I work in Oxford, Ohio now.
Yep. So we're all in that area. We know where you're at.
I don't remember what it was, Emma.
Yep.
I don't remember what I was trying to say. Do you remember what I was trying to say that I was butchering?
You always get chicken, but you know how to say chicken.
Pollo. Because the two L's is right? Am I right? Did my Spanish teacher
I tried to say it once. I said polo.
Yeah, he's like polo. I'm like pollo. Pollo.
I want a polo shirt.
I can't remember what it was.
Side.
It was a side, and onions. I was trying to say onions in Spanish, and I was not getting it.
It.
I did not say it right at all.
It didn't sound like what he said.
Yeah,
he repeated it.
I was like,
and I looked at you. I'm like, is that what you want? And you're like,
I was like onions, and he said something completely different than what I was saying. He's like, Mark's like, oh wow, what you were trying to say? I'm like, sure, yeah, onions. Like,
well, that's more worried to make sure it was, because like. You wouldn't correct them anyways if it was.
I really wouldn't. If people bring me the wrong food, even if I hate it, I'm like, okay, I'll try to eat this. I'm very non-confrontational. That's just how I am.
Shelly's now in Northern California. That's a big move.
Really? That is a big move. Do you like it better out there?
I'm sure the weather's better.
I'm sure the weather is probably less. Well, Northern California, though, like you guys can go pretty back and forth. Though.
Our area is known as one of the worst for allergies and sinus problems. And
probably why I'm storing
everybody knows has them. Yeah. So, like somebody that I used to work with moved out to like the Pacific Northwest, and they're like, it's amazing. Like I have no sinus
Yeah, they don't
problems.
have any sinus problems. They don't have any like
Him
allergy
and his
issues.
wife. It was crazy.
I have it all the way through hay season, and then after hay season, I'm done with them.
What's this? Yao pine needles are supposed to be high in vitamin C too, and supposed to make a good tea.
I've seen people make like the pine needle teas before, so that makes sense.
I'm not a big tea drinker though.
No.
You aren't either.
I drink this. Coffee. I drink this in water and lemonade, and that's pretty much it. I know these are bad for me. I get it. Pollo Loco? No, not that.
That's one what you used to order, didn't you?
No. I get shrimp, but it's like...
Isn't Loco crazy? Is that like crazy
Loco
chicken?
Is crazy, so it's crazy chicken. Nice. You're getting so good.
Huh. That's just the ones you... I don't remember the weird words.
Like one of our goats is named Poco Loco, so like a little crazy, and I named her appropriately.
Yeah.
I think
that was a good
pick. I wished the wrong name on her because she is a little crazy. She don't like me.
Emma said, we don't have snakes in our strawberry patch, but we have lots of farm cats that keep them away.
Yeah.
Mice and bulls away too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Our dog, our little Australian Shepherd, our mini one, like he likes to take care of snakes when they come through.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell him how he likes to plant moles in our yard.
Yeah, he does that too.
He goes and finds moles elsewhere, brings them back here.
He goes out into the farmers' fields now and pulls out moles.
Pulls moles out and brings them here so he can plants them so he can dig them up later.
Summer, we were dispatching like 4 moles a week. Like, no lie. He was
the one day on the weekend, I don't know if he found like a family, but I know on myself, I dispatched 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I know people will be like, why did you dispatch? What am I going to do with them? Like, literally, they will always rotate to my garden and eat all my garden.
He mauls them half to death before anyway, so they're
it's a
struggling.
mercy. It is a mercy by the time we find them.
I yell at him every time, and he still does.
Yeah.
And the ones that do get away then end up burrowing through the yard. So.
Oh, Homestead Odyssey, I didn't see you come in here. Hi. Sorry if I overlooked you.
So rose hips are high in vitamin C, but I tried making tea from them before and turned out bitter. Not sure if certain kinds are better.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe you need to get them at like certain times. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Enchiladas de pollo.
Emma said we're having polo.
See, there he goes.
For dinner tonight. Enchiladas de pollo.
See, she said right before there. After that, she says, yes, double L is pronounced like a Y.
There we go.
My Spanish teacher taught me correctly.
Yep. No, I definitely know you can speak
Senora
Spanish.
Son. I appreciate that.
Emma, I'm sure it's amazing too. Like Emma always has good dinner.
She always cooks so good. And then I'm over here like
Mexican food, even though I can't say any of it. But...
Actually,
we're supposed to go Friday night to the local restaurant.
You're gonna hold my feet to the fire on that one, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
And they also have a cool like little outdoor area, so I'm hoping
they do. Hopefully, it's warm enough and we can get out there.
Mm-hmm. Cody said, "Great, you guys are making me hungry for Mexican food."
He could eat it every day.
Yep.
He could eat Mexican food every single day.
Oh yeah.
And I could just eat stuff out of a can every day because that is the type of person.
My favorite is chorizo. I love chorizo with the chicken.
He was very upset when Chipotle took chorizo off of their menu.
Yeah.
He was like, no chorizo. He's like, chorizo. Like,
and they told me it was like one of their popular ones. Like.
Yeah, it was a great seller, but sometimes I think like the McRib and stuff, even though the McRib is like
harder for them to make or something.
But like because it's seasonal and a good seller, like it pulls more people, to.
Audra says I would try rose hip and pine needle tea. I wonder if that helped the bitterness too. Some pine needle tea.
Oh, Shelly, are they crazy?
People are crazy.
Are they crazy out there?
We've heard so, but we don't know.
Yeah, we try not to pass judgment, but seems to be a common judgment being passed.
We just stay in our little hillbilly area of Indiana. So.
Yeah.
Emma said, I never had allergies till we moved to Missouri.
It's just this area. It's just like being in the Midwest. You're just doomed for allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even local honey does not help me either.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of local honey, our honey poured all the way down our pantry the other day.
Yeah. Somebody didn't put the cap on the honey jar and everything was stuck to it. What are you looking that way for? Nobody's sitting over there.
Because it was me, and I don't want to accept the blame.
It was you. It could be anybody.
You don't eat honey as much as I do. Neither does Joe.
But we made those biscuits and we were all eating with it.
Yeah. It's probably.
But yeah, it got on the dog treats. I went to go give the dogs a treat. My hand stuck to the entire bag.
Yeah, he was on the phone. He's like, "Oh my God, someone did not close the honey." And I'm like,
it dripped over a bunch of soup cans. It went down the back. Oh, like our pantry too. Like the shelves are the wire shelves. So it just like hit stuff
so
and then
disgusting.
went down and down and down.
And
of course, it was up near like the top shelf, so it was like
we cascaded all the way down. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, "Don't touch it.
Niagara Falls of honey." Yeah.
I'm like, "I'll take care of it when I get home," because I knew it was my fault. He's like, "What am I gonna do? Just let it go?" I'm like, "Yeah, you are. Don't touch it. Like, I'll take care of it when I get home." Like,
and I hate sticky feeling stuff on my hands. I can't. Like, I'll go eat somewhere, and I won't usually get up and do it. But if my hands are sticky, I'll always be like, I'm going, yeah, I don't care. I don't want to touch it. My fear is I won't realize it, and I'll put it in my beard, and then I'll end up a mess. Like,
it's already in your beard, though, usually.
No, I make sure it's not. It's the runny stuff that gets in my beard like ranch. And Joe's always like,
and it looks so
hey,
awful.
Dad, you've got stuff in your beard.
Yeah, Joe
you really
be
need
like,
to clean
Dad,
up.
you got something. But it's so ridiculous because we'll be like Chili's. And he'll get like the honey crispers, the honey chipotle crispers.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, I have to go to the bathroom. And he will like literally walk like this. So like everybody is like,
I don't care. I do not want to get my hands in my face because I know I'll get it stuck in my beard.
People like right out in front of him so like he can keep his eye on him. Like they're gonna go wacky or something.
So one bad experience at a Mexican restaurant was when they do their birthdays, Emma, you probably it's like they put the ice, was it the whipped cream or on your face or cake or whatever?
Yeah.
And man, it got caked in my beard. Like it was
awful. So
like it was all.
I was like, make sure you clean that. Because if it gets stuck in there, it's gonna curdle because that's whipped cream. And then I'm not coming anywhere near.
I think I ended up shaving it. It felt too weird.
Yeah. The guy got in there. He's like, I can't get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe was like wanting to go there for her birthday because she wanted her face shoved like in the ice cream.
Yep.
So we did that for her, but for him with this luscious face mane, it
was longer than this.
It was a lot longer than.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but like they took a picture and like everybody in the picture looks pretty calm, and I'm in the background like. I don't know. I just really like.
Yeah, Ashley always gets caught in random poses too.
I'm not photogenic. People
in the background, she's always doing something.
And I don't know. I don't think my face can move the way it moves until I see a picture. I'm like.
Yeah, she's always like.
How did my face?
I'm like, is that you, hon? She's like, yeah.
See, he'll look at me like, that is not you. Why are you taking this picture? I'm like, oh, what is me?
Audra said, I love tea, iced tea, herbal tea, and I have a tea collection.
I'm not a tea person. Oh my God.
Does she stink?
It smells like poop.
Oh, that's probably her. I just fed her. It's probably my hands. Oh, hey.
So gross. Just get out the window.
Patty likes crazy chicken.
You like that? Loco Pollo. Yeah. Pollo Loco. Hey, David Outdoors. Sorry, we're way far behind. And we're just off on another tangent as usual. How are your chickens doing? Are they bringing in the big bucks with all their egg layings?
Patty said, cats here don't catch mice and kill the garter snakes and toads. Bad kitties.
Oh.
It's always nice when at least they're like, well, at least you got a job right here taking care of
our chickens will take care of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've seen my chickens kill snakes and toads.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Quaint Acres, Wild and Wonderful. How are you? It's all right. We're still here.
Yeah. Deer roast.
Yum.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
So awesome.
You have to send us a recipe. We have like a couple roasts and we've had trouble like figuring out the best way to do it.
I had one. It was like shoulder with the bone in, and it was awful.
Yeah.
There's only been twice where we've had deer where I was like, ugh. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It had to be a certain cut or something.
How'd you cook it? Was it the Instant Pot?
Yeah.
So
it did not tenderize like I thought it would. It was really bad. Hey, Hideaway Outdoors, how are you?
Good to have you in tonight.
Yes, the McRib is revolting, Andrea. It's gross.
Emma said that chorizo is amazing. I just made chorizo burgers. Oh man.
I have to try that. I will have to try that. I was thinking about burgers this week.
We need to make that lunch trip like you were talking about.
Lunch trip?
Remember?
Oh, yeah. I was telling him, like, Emma wants us to come to lunch.
I was tempted to just tell her we're going to go.
Yeah, he's like, we can skip church. Okay.
Ashley's like, it would take all day just to get under your back.
Yeah.
If the food's good,
he's like, I've seen pictures of her food. I think it might be worth it. I was so tempted.
I almost gave enough of a reason to go, Emma. So. Old Redding said, but if you didn't get E. coli from Chipotle, you were way ahead. The extra surprise. Hopefully it wasn't in the chorizo.
Yeah. Oh God, that's hilarious.
Cody said, I love Mexican food. I traveled to South California for work a few years back. I haven't found any good Mexican food locally after having real Mexican food out there.
Yeah.
When we were in Acapulco, man, it was
They
good.
had some really good
and their
food.
coffee's like different too. Like it's like a cinnamon flavor, like a spiced coffee.
I don't like coffee, and I liked that coffee.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really
good.
Down there, but
and they served octopus all the time, and that was I like octopus.
In Acapulco, so that makes sense.
Chipotle is nasty. I prefer hotheads. Do you guys have hotheads out there?
I think it's more regional because I remember the guy who created it.
Yeah, we have Chipotle and hotheads, and if I could pick, I pick hotheads every time.
Mm-hmm.
Our baby chicks and turkeys arrived today. What kind of chicks did you get? What kind of turkeys? Are they meat birds or are they heritage breeds? That's really awesome.
Yeah, we went to Rural King the other day just to see their baby chicks because they had chick days going on, even though we didn't get any.
We didn't get any because ours are days from hatching. So I'm like, I need to wait and see. The ants, that's how you get ants.
What?
The honey.
Oh. So we had.
He's like, what?
I don't want ants. So
early
when we moved in here, we had ants get into our dishwasher in the control panel. And we could not figure it out. And Ashley sat and watched for a couple nights and was tracking little ants and figured out they went in our dishwasher panel. We took off the panel of the dishwasher and they had a full nest in there. It was nuts.
So gross. Where I'm like, how did you survive? Because we ran our dishwasher every other day. I'm like, how were you?
But they weren't in the dishwasher washing part. They were in the control panel.
But I would still feel like there would be moisture in there. That would
there better not be moisture in it.
They're rub dubbing we're the cleanest ants in town.
They take their plates and dinnerware out there and put it in there. They had the whole thing filled with ants. It was nuts.
It was disgusting.
And there were the tiny ones too.
They were super little because they kept getting on my counter. I'm like, where are they coming from?
And I would be watching one little ant walking through.
It would seriously be what are you? I'm like, I'm wanting to figure out where these guys are going. I can't stand it. I couldn't stand it. It was terrible.
Yeah, she tracked it down though. David Outdoors says finally warm weather here.
Thank
everybody's excited for the warm weather.
I'm so happy for everybody getting a little bit of sun and whispers of spring.
Oh, David Outdoors also says, love making tacos using deer meat. We haven't done that yet.
Well, we've made spaghetti. We've made spaghetti with deer meat, but I will say I prefer beef in my spaghetti. Barbacoa is pretty tasty.
Of course, I call it barbecued koala. I love that. You're just going to have to add your hillbilly slang in here every now and then into the conversation.
Yeah, if you could just add that in, that'd be great.
Because as soon as you say it, we're going to be using it. More like I'll go to Chipotle and say, I want some barbecue koala. Yeah, I'll definitely
where our Chipotle is, it's a university town.
Yeah.
So there are all types of people there, all types, to the point where you have to.
But it's surrounded by rural, so there's a bunch of hillbilly rednecks coming in. And
it is such a clashing environment.
And it's the students there are upper class, so there's there's Lamborghinis and Ferraris and going through.
I was helping somebody fill out a parking pass, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot my Lambo," or I'm like, "No, there's 10 of those on our campus."
Yeah.
He's like, "Who drives those?" I'm like, students.
Yeah.
So
you'll see one of those go by, and then you'll see a 70s model Ford or Chevy Highboy with 44 mud buggers on.
Diesel. Just black smoking
through there. Oh yeah. The cops are pretty good about letting it happen too.
They just get sick of the students sometimes.
And then there is a retirement community nearby too, and some of those trickle in. So it can get a little hairy.
Rush hour on a Friday, it is what is happening here?
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
It will blow your mind.
Yeah, people not using crosswalks. All people just I'm like, the gas! Fuck the gas! I get a little road rage. I'm not gonna lie. Get animated in the car.
What is barbacoa? Do you know?
Isn't barbacoa pork? Is that what it is? Barbacoa is pork? I don't ever get barbacoa. I always get pollo.
Pollo.
Chickens are making me rich. Are they really? I'm excited to hear that, David.
I like his happy face with the money.
I know.
That's awesome.
Tell me you're pimping out their coop. Are they getting upgrades, or it's yeah, girls, keep it coming. Make it rain for daddy.
Apparently, we need to get chickens from him because ours aren't making us rich. He said, I'm going to run a batch of 50 meat birds. Holy cow.
Ooh.
And you are putting out
So are you going to eat those yourself, or are you going to also, because I know like with your eggs, that's a restaurant that has a deal with you for eggs,
chicken
right?
wings.
So are you also doing that like with your meat birds? Or are you going to be selling those out to local restaurants?
50, that's a lot.
Yeah. I still want to do turkey. Turkeys are either thinking of homicide or suicide. Turkeys. They're either thinking of how they can kill other animals or how they can kill themselves.
What?
Really? They're stupid.
They're stupid.
They're stupid bears.
They do beat the crap out of our chickens, though. When we
They're really mean to one another. They beat up our chickens. They chase our chickens. And then one time, when they were still young-ish, we were sitting in here, and she was looking out this window, and she's like, do turkeys like to swim? Like, no. Of course, one's just like walking around in the water tank.
Yeah.
It went into shock, like total
50
shock.
degrees, so it was pretty chilly.
Like it was cold. I had to bring it in. I was like blow drying it and like doing the whole like getting it in like a trash bag and putting it in warm water to try to cool its body temperature up, and it stayed inside all night. So they're either thinking of how they can kill other things or how they can kill themselves. Homicide or suicide. That's turkeys.
Emma said,
have a good one, David.
Last time we went to Chipotle, my girls pronounced carnitas correctly, and the server had no idea what they were saying, so they had to Americanize it. So they actually said it right.
Did he say it right?
I assume so.
Well, then how do you not say it right?
So like,
carnitas. I don't.
You're part of the cartel or something. It's marinated beef. That's what barbacoa.
So it's, I don't know. Right.
I think it's actually barbecued koala. So still like that.
So the next time we go into Chipotle, he's gonna be like,
well, I'm bad for that because like I won't think before I say things, and sometimes I'll just say it sort of like nonchalantly, and I'll probably say it that way. Or as Ashley said, I'm bad for just repeating random things I heard in the background. So people say I'll just repeat.
Not good situations.
Yeah.
Like
we're not in like hairy situations.
No.
You sound like we're like
we were in the back alley.
Don't repeat him. You're gonna sleep with the fish.
He's like, hey man,
just like we're in a
crowded area. Like we were not in a very good. We were in a Walmart.
It's probably because around here I run around making animal noises, copying them around here, and then when I'm in a public place,
he does do that.
Yeah. Especially over the Ring camera.
Have to think we are psychotic.
You do too. Yeah, the donkey he hauls. We're both out there trying to yell back.
Like, my neighbors probably are like, that lady needs to leave it to the people on the radio.
Yeah.
So okay, so we can make barbacoa with goat then when we butcher out our
or lamb.
Yeah. Hello, 13 Moons Homestead. Thank you.
That's a cool name.
We're super happy.
Moons. I like that name.
You like that name?
Mm-hmm.
He likes your name.
Audra said, I would love to try goat barbacoa. There you go, Audra. Come on up.
We're going to butcher a goat this summer, so then you can come up this summer. And
come on up, and we'll try to tackle it together.
Yes.
So, what's this? Mark can't pronounce carnitas correctly if he can't roll his R's. See, I can't. I would never. I would have to say the Americanized version.
Try to roll your R just for the fun of it.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Do it again.
No,
Loud. Louder for the people in the back.
Hold on. Look, she's saying
Don't
here.
redirect.
Carnitas.
Carnitas. Do it. Do it.
I don't know. That's the best I have to offer.
Play machine gun.
That's why I point at things at the restaurant.
He's like,
yeah. Or I'm a chicken. That's it. I've watched instructional videos on YouTube to try learning how to roll my R's. Some of us just can't do it. I'm with you, Cody.
Do you recommend a good one for Mark?
Yeah. Maybe my tongue's too long. Is that what? Because you roll with your tongue, don't you?
Yeah. Are you making fun of my short tongue?
Yeah, because you can't touch your nose.
It looks gross when you touch your nose, so I will take the trait of rolling R's for not looking gross touching our nose with my tongue. You and Joe.
Yeah.
And then, like, what is it, Willow? Our niece cannot, like,
roll her tongue,
yeah. Or she can't, like, curl it. So, like, when we were in a restaurant, she's like,
yeah.
like, okay, calm down.
My sister, she can like touch up here with her nose.
Yeah.
That's like
You
a
guys are
family
just
gene.
so weird. Can Josh?
Got like frog genes. Yeah,
Josh can too.
Oh,
it's so weird because like we'll get together on holidays and they'll be like,
see if your tongue's grown any. Let's see.
I can't do it. It's so gross.
I love goat and would love to learn how to break down an animal. Yeah,
come on, we're gonna learn.
Yep.
I have no problem gutting deer. I just don't know how to quarter and
yeah,
and I don't have
because we really want to make sure we're not wasting anything. I mean, that would really
I just want to do it for myself too, because like when we deer hunt, that processing costs a lot.
Oh, Emma said no shame.
Costs a lot. It is shame.
Some people just can't do it. I'm one of those. But yeah, Audra, come on. Come on up and
we'll learn together.
Yep.
His name is Buzz. Don't get attached to him.
It's gonna be hard. I mean, I feel bad doing that. So.
I know. I'm trying not to think about it.
Patty, have you ever had shawarma?
No, I have not had shawarma. Did I say shawarma right?
I don't know what shawarma is. Yeah.
No, I can't roll my
Patty,
R's.
tell us what
I took
shawarma
Spanish
is.
in high school and was the only one who couldn't figure. Oh, well, I'm sorry that I'm alienating everybody.
Way to go! You're just out there picking on everybody.
Emma's right. There is no shame. I take it.
Don't worry, guys. We're going to start a support group for people like us. Ashley will not be anywhere near us. We'll get like in the bedroom. I'll be doing my videos in the bedroom. You're not allowed in there.
You live, so like.
Yeah. This is the no R's group.
The roly-polies. The non-roly-polies.
I don't mind dead things participating in autopsy and nursing school. You can't get any more intense.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you like that science stuff. Didn't you say you went to
so we had like our high school. I was in AP biology. We went to one of the.
Margie, real quick. Oh. I can't roll my R's either. Sitting here trying spitting on myself. Oh, Margie, that is funny.
That makes her feel so much better. Oh, you poor thing.
That's why I didn't try too hard when Ashley said for me to try. Because I'd probably spit on myself.
I take it back. Emma was totally right.
Yeah.
There's no shame in not being roll your R's. I did not mean to alienate you non-R rollers. Yeah, but we went to the high school took the AP biology class to one of our local hospitals, and they had like jars just full of like weird anomalies that they'd come across like at the hospital. So like the one, like the jar was full of like hair, and it was from a girl that had like picked her own hair. Like it was just her nervous tick. Like she would eat her own hair. And like when she died and passed away, like they pulled this ball of hair out of her stomach. And like no joke, it was like this. It was insane. And then there was like a bunch of like deformed hearts and all kinds of things in jars filled with formaldehyde. It was super cool. Like some of us were like totally digging that field trip, and others were like on the verge of puking. So we really knew who could go into a scientific field with things like that and who couldn't. So
Emma said she hasn't tried shawarma yet. So yeah, Patty, let us know what that is.
Yeah, what is that, Patty? I wanted to take gross anatomy
in college, but they wouldn't let me because I was an art student. I was just.
That's not really fair, though. Like, why? Maybe you could have said you're doing it.
I figure if you pay for a class,
I was going to say, well, I don't know. That's weird, Emma.
Maybe they were restrictive on.
They may.
Didn't you say like one of the building maintenance or managers just got mad at you?
Yeah, I got yelled at today really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently for one of the, so I schedule a lot of our guys to like. He's using you guys, by the way.
Yeah,
totally
using you guys be.
So I schedule a lot of the work to be done, like a lot of maintenance work. So I make sure everybody goes where they're supposed to go on certain days and make sure it's okay with most people. Well, I apparently scheduled these guys to work on air handlers or shut-off valves for like the HVAC systems, even though they're electricians, which didn't make any sense to me. But apparently that building needs like a whole week and a half, like heads up if they're going to do anything, because it is a class 1000 lab. So when we cut off the air handlers, it allows for dirt to come into those laboratories and it ruins their experiments. So like I got my butt chewed up one side and down the other because I had scheduled these guys. He's like, nobody told me. And I'm like, nobody told me that I needed to tell you because I'm still fairly new at what I'm doing. And he was just like talking way up here, and I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna tell you, dumb it down. But like he just kept going on about experiments. Or I'm like, dude, just shut up. Tell me when I've taken everything off the calendar. When do you want this work to be done? Because it has to be done.
Yeah.
It is like a bi-monthly PM, or the air quality is still gonna suck and still gonna ruin your experiments. So you just work with me. Stop like chewing me raw. That'd be great.
So Patty said shawarma, I spelled it wrong the first time, is thin sliced spiced meat that is stacked into a cone shaped and roasted.
That sounds really
Middle
good.
Eastern cultures cook it, Iranian, Greek, etc. That sounds amazing.
That sounds really good.
Sounds like an ice cream cone of meat into a cone shape. I could definitely go for
Only he would make this like.
By the way,
this
I
connection.
tried Dunkin' Donuts, their snack and bacon this morning.
The candy bacons?
Yeah, it's sort of candy. I don't know. It tastes more like a jerky. But it wasn't that great because it was like room temperature. I don't know if it was like soft and sort of rubbery, and then it was like room temperature. I don't know if you guys have tried it. It's not a preferred choice.
Yeah.
So, do you know what?
What?
Huh?
Read that, yeah.
I loved that, yeah. I loved anatomy. The person we autopsy was killed by his pet boa constrictor, so it was very memorable. Holy cow!
Really?
Yeah.
How long was he in the digestive system, and did it affect how he looked?
I wonder if it was a Florida guy. We always have Florida man stories.
Well, you're down south, right?
And boa constrictors are like that down there.
You're in Georgia. Are you in Georgia, Audra? Or am I totally losing track of where people are from?
Emma said only nursing and pre-med students were allowed to take that class. That makes sense.
That makes sense. Still.
Makes sense, but I don't
like, I would want to come along and be like, well, I'm using it for like this art project, you know? Lie to get in there, Emma. I'm encouraging you to lie to get in there.
Up Cody's head now. Thanks
Bye,
for joining, Cody.
Thanks for coming.
I think it was a couple minutes ago, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's got to go to bed. We're going to have to go to bed soon, too.
Emma said there's a taco meat in Mexico influenced by shawarma. It's my favorite. Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what I hope is like HOA has like a bunch of different foods, maybe like vendors.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Has anybody been there?
Yeah, that's my next question. Who in here has been to HOA before, and do they have lots of nice food vendors? Or are there interesting places to eat around there? Because we like to eat at new places sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, for some reason my phone the video quit. Hopefully everybody can still
see. Can you guys still see us?
I imagine they would have said something if they didn't.
Well, we're not at the bottom.
But yeah, I hope they have like all kinds of food trucks or vendors or something like that to try. We're excited to go. What's that?
I'm laughing at 13 inches. Like, yeah, but you guys get to sketch nudes. So.
One of my daughters was on the page. True.
That's so funny.
Well, Patty said,
trade, right?
if you ever had a Greek gyro sandwich, you probably had shawarma.
Did you pronounce that right?
Yeah, I've had a gyro before.
Gyro. Gyro.
That's like a Family Guy, like Peter Griffin when he goes to like a Mexican restaurant. He's like fajitas, like 3 fajitas.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I love that. That's the best Americanized hillbilly way to spin on that.
Yeah, every time we go to Taco Bell, he's like, "I'm gonna get me some fajitas." I'm like, please stop saying that.
I don't even like fajitas, but I always say that.
Yeah. Oh
Audra said she loves gyro meat. Patty said, love lamb shawarma. And there is a guy here that is a master at making it. He owns a Lebanese restaurant not far from my house. That's cool. We have an Indian restaurant near us in Oxford. But
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah. I was wanting to take her because she's never had anything like it. But
I am not cultured, guys. I mean, I say cone.
Patty liked my ice cream cone of meat.
So
when he said cone shape, I couldn't help it.
Ice cream cone shape.
Oh, T.
Hey,
Hello, T-Hand 141.
Thank you for the congrats. I appreciate it. We're pretty stoked about it. Now we're just waiting for that community tab.
Audra said, yes, I'm in Georgia. Well, when I was in nursing school, I was in Ohio, and the man was from Cincinnati. He was just strangled, not eating.
Oh, so didn't he just like wasted his food?
I
Did
know.
he get strangled? It just didn't have time to eat him, or was it just not big enough?
Speaking of Cincinnati, one time I was driving to my class. My family still makes fun of me for it, but I was driving in the classes, like the morning classes. So it was like 6:30 a.m. or whatever. Swear I saw a tiger run across the intersection. No lie. I was awake, and I'm like, holy crap! My sister was riding with me, but she was asleep. She woke up, told her she didn't believe me either. But it just like went across the alleys, like I was in an intersection, and like a block down, and just saw a tiger run across the street. I swear. I know it was 6:30, but I was driving, so I was totally awake. Had a monster.
Still freaking out. That comes up at holiday season. She's like, "Have you seen tigers lately?"
What you talking about? The guy you saw underneath the billboard? That was better.
What kind of?
You were staring at a Big Mac above him, thinking, "Oh, that looks good for."
Oh yeah.
Guy thought you asked you.
I was looking at the billboard because it was like buy one get one Big Mac, and I'm like, heck yeah.
Of course, the Big Mac will always get Ashley's attention. She loves Big Mac.
But there was a guy, like a hobo, underneath the billboard, and like I was staring, he was like you can tell, and like was walking towards my car, like ran that like so fast. So I'm like, you ain't the Big Mac I'm looking for. Like I was looking at.
You're not the Big Mac.
You're like the Big Mac I'm looking for, buddy.
I
forgot about that. Yeah. It scared me to death.
And there was also a small guy that would, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm afraid I'm not politically correct.
So,
what do you call it?
Is dwarf? No, it's not. No. It's not. It's
dwarf cannot be appropriate. A little man. He'd roll tires up and down the sidewalk pretty consistently, like all the time. And they were towing him. It was like cool to watch.
He was rough and tumble though, because like one time we watched him, he got up on a park bench to like chew another guy out.
Oh yeah, he ripped into him.
He wanted to get eye level with him.
He just jumped up there, man. Started putting his finger in his fist. But he'd fling those tires too. I seen when he got to. He was
pretty adequate at what he was doing. It was like a normal sight. We saw. What?
You can't keep going on. You're gonna kill us.
I'm not gonna kill him.
He was very adequate. Like he was like
adequate
making up
at
for
the job that he was performing.
Because he was.
Oh, Sonny, just so efficient.
All right, let's jump back into this here. HOA had a concession stand food trucks at the last event. I love food trucks, so I'm gonna be excited.
Yeah, Euro is correct. Euro is correct.
Okay. I love food trucks, so I'll be excited.
Yeah.
We're so excited to go to that this year.
We can't wait.
So we've been talking about that a lot. T-Hand 141 says he loves Euros as well. He or she does. I said I need ice cream now, Marky. Thanks for the ice cream cone reference.
Oh, speaking of ice cream. Do you want to know what my daughter was eating yesterday morning when I walked out?
Ice cream. Yeah, here.
I didn't know you were over there. Hey, it's late. You need to go to bed.
Nah,
she's fine. But like she came out and she's like, "There's no bread," because she really likes to make toast every morning. I was like, "I'm sorry, kiddo. I made you guys French toast last night, so like we're out of bread. I didn't have time to get any." So she's like, "Okay," and sits down with like a whole plate of ice cream. Like, excuse you.
Yeah, just sitting here challenging.
I was like, "No."
I was too tired to deal with it.
I was like, "No, you're not starting our day off with ice cream."
Yeah.
What did you end up making a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, she did after that. Try to make up for it.
Because I was on my way out the door. It's like she almost timed it where I wouldn't see it. But I was like, is that ice cream? It's my ice cream.
T-Hand 141 says, does shawarma have tzatziki sauce?
Tzatziki sauce.
Here we go. I'm mispronouncing more words probably. So my sister had a car, like an SUV, and it was a Suzuki. And my daughter came home one day and she's like, I love riding in the Suzuki.
Yeah, I was like, did Ashley tell you? Ashley is his sister as well. But I was like, did Ashley call her car the Suzuki? Because it sucks. Yeah. She's like, she just looked at me and just went over her head. But
it was funny. Suzuki, that's how she pronounced it.
So you are in Georgia
we passed it down. Huh?
She's in Georgia now.
Yes, I'm in Georgia now, but
Snake was very dead. Oh, so it was hungry.
Poor guy. Well, the snake made up for it. Said, hey, man, you don't feed us. I'm going to take care of my own.
I love Oh, Sonny.
Yeah. Emma, you're getting them. I'm guessing the T's are silent.
Tzatziki.
Maybe. I hope so.
Tzatziki.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tzatziki.
I could see that happening, Margie. People have wildcats as pets, so that could have been,
Yeah.
Maybe
there's a guy down in
maybe the Tire King was in Cincinnati at that
Tiger
moment.
King.
Yeah. God, you guys remember that? That feels like that's been. We were talking about this the other day. How 2020 feels like it went for like 4 years. Because I had to go in today and clean up my office space. It was sort of like nostalgic walking in and like walking around the building. Because I feel like last year took 4 years. We were trying to figure out with our daughter. It was our first year at that school.
Yeah, I was like
she's been there longer. It's weird.
It's
Tiger King. I forgot that was a part of 2020 for a bit.
You never turn around.
I actually helped. I think a lot of people get through the first part of that.
Yeah, because I was watching. I'm like, this is not real life.
Yeah, I watched it late at night after she fell asleep. I'm like, yeah, she probably be interested. I want to see what this is about.
Yeah, the next one he's like, you have got to watch that.
And then we got stuck. Yeah.
Little people. I'm sorry. I called them. I have Nigerian dwarf goats, so I figured like at least I didn't call them a miniature.
My sister tried it. I was here to not see the tiger. To be fair, I was asleep. Hey, good thing I was watching. That thing could have got us. I was there to protect us.
You were in a car.
Things are brutal. I could probably rip the door off. It's a tiger. Tiger King told me that. That's how dangerous they were on there. Remember when that once they were trying to attack him when he was taking pictures and he blamed what was her name? What was the one he was
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
In our little town next door to us, we went to go eat, and kids on the corner had a street sign that said Carol Baskin
it
belongs.
Says honk if you think Carol Baskin's killed her husband.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mark, honk your horn, because she did it. She did it.
Yeah. There was a tiger, Ashley.
Yeah.
There was. Believe me.
Ashley B is his sister, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, we have
to know.
My other brother also married an Ashley. So
it makes Christmas and gatherings are very confusing when someone says Ashley, because we're all like.
And the Ashley he married has the same middle initial, so we can't even do that. Yeah.
My middle name is Louise.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, and your brother used to make fun. He's like, Louise. Like Wheezy. I don't know.
Just said Scott and I took the kids to Gatlinburg and went horseback riding. We'd been out for about an hour, and the mountain lion ran across the trail in front of us. Not a tiger, but still about that.
That is so cool.
Wow.
That's really neat.
And that's crazy because
like
we were out hiking
the bears.
We were out hiking in the woods in Gatlinburg last fall.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we went and looked at some waterfalls and stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course, the day we went out was like one of the nicer days that week, and like we went to try to go to the 2 or 3 waterfalls.
Yeah, like early.
And you had to park like miles away.
Yeah, so we're like, screw that.
Yeah.
Like we'll go to the easy waterfalls. We won't be hardcore.
Emma said we're going to have to go to Spelunkers when we're in Front Royal. It's a local favorite. Oh, a lot of people.
Okay.
We'll definitely check it out.
Yes.
We'll be up for it. I always like trying to new places too.
Yeah, and we're super excited about going. Like really, really excited. Like I can't wait.
Oh, T-Hand 141 came in to save the day. It's the cucumber sauce on gyros.
Oh,
I know what that is. Yeah.
Did I butcher it? I am. Oh, so
have you guys?
Oh, phonetics down
Hold
here.
on. Actually, it did suck. Which one? Oh, here it is.
Suzuki?
How to pronounce it?
Suzuki.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Suzuki.
Look, T-Hand 141 comes in here and knows right away we need help pronouncing food words.
Yeah, we're not cultured.
So have you guys tried the ones at Arby's? Are those anything like? I've never tried the gyros there because they have gyros there. When I went to it was in Indianapolis for work, and it was like a true Greek restaurant. And they had really good ones. So
I have never had one.
I don't know if I ever tried one at work. They had one in the cafeteria, but it didn't look as good. So Audra said when Paige was little, she used to be afraid of puppets, and she called them puffists.
Puffets. You used to be afraid of dust bunnies. You call them Zuz. Zuz.
Look at everybody helping us. I love this. Patty. The T and Z are pronounced together like one sound.
Icky.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm going. patted my back.
Yep.
Congratulatory pat.
Here, I'll let my sister explain here. So he was freaking out, yelling about a tiger. It woke me up out of a dead sleep. I had no idea what was going on. It was 6 in the morning in a rough part of Cincinnati. Yep.
Sounds about right.
I bet it was like some guy down there just had money and didn't have anything else. And was just like,
oh, I thought you were going to say it's probably a guy down there in a tiger suit just running around. I'm like, that is even weirder.
Was not a furry, guarantee.
They have free conventions down there, though. They have them like close to like the Reds games. Cause
I'm a superior Bengals fan. I'm going to run around town and put a tiger outfit. I did see also Chad Johnson one time go by. He had a pink, it was like a Chevy. What was it? Like a 59 Chevy or something like that. So it stood out, and he went driving by. He's just driving around. Yeah, Ocho Cinco.
Chad Ocho Cinco.
His car was like, you could tell it from wherever. So he was going down Vine Street, which is a pretty big street. So
yeah,
cruising around. He's a crazy guy.
Oh.
Patty said there was a woman here who was killed by a cougar a couple of years ago. That is a rare occurrence, but it was confirmed.
That's crazy.
At first, I thought Patty was saying that she was a cougar. That woman.
Oh, I thought you meant like no, was calling herself a cougar. I was like, that is so rude.
No, I was reading it like way over here, and I'm like, hold on a second. Okay. I had to make sure before I clicked it. I tried to edit.
I had your back, Patty, in case he went that way.
We were making fun of the comment a couple nights ago, by the way. I screened over it, but I told Ashley, like, there was sort of a crude comment.
Did you guys see that? The guy told Beardy to go on an errand so I could stand up and show my dumper. Did anybody else see that?
Yeah, Ashley went back and found it.
I went back because I have Nightbot in here now, and it like records all of it. And I went back and found it. Yeah. He's like, "Did you see that one comment?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Someone wants to see your dumper." I'm like, "What?" I had to go back and find. He's like, "Hey, tell Beardy to go on an errand so you can stand up and show us your dumper." I'm like, he's like, "Ha ha ha! Good show though." I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
13 Moons knows about Cincinnati. Rough Bar Cincy over the Rhine. Yep, that's where it was.
They were trying to refurbish and make it nicer, but there was still some pretty rough parts.
Yeah. I used to live in Indiana just over the border from.
Wait, where?
Yeah, because we live right across the border.
Yeah, like I grew up in West Harrison, like Brookville, Indiana area.
So you probably were close by, because that's pretty close.
Were we like neighbors at one point in time?
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy. It is such a small world.
Ashley said, that's crazy. Here in Indiana, we get claims from people who have seen them. It scares me.
Yeah, well, Kim down the road said she saw a mountain lion. Yep. She swears. She's like, it was a mountain lion on Bath Road. I'm like, that is not very far from us at all.
The gyros at Arby's are pretty good. We eat them pretty often.
I need to broaden my horizons.
Yep. Patty said, you are cracking me up with the pronouncing of Suzuki. Suzuki. I don't know.
Sasaki.
You imagine if you go to a Greek restaurant, probably get out. Just point to the door.
That's why the Mexican guy at the restaurant was like, do you mean this? Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Probably,
T-Hand 141 says the traditional Arby's are close to the ones we got in Germany when I was like, oh, that's cool. You were in Germany.
That's pretty cool.
How long were you over there?
And what were you over there for? Were you serving like
Adrian was?
Yeah, like Adrian was
her husband
over with her husband. They were stationed in Germany. Tigers are huge.
Oh, that's right. It was Liberty Street, 13 Moons. She was asleep in those better than me where it was. Audrey, it was Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Great. I was eating my Kellogg's and saw it. Tigers are huge. Yeah, this one was big. That's what it was. I'm starting to not believe it myself. So what's that? Huh?
Aurora, Indiana is not far from where we're at all. We go through there like all the time.
Have you guys ever been
to Indiana?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Have you been to Friendship?
The big flea market in the spring and the fall for the
National Muzzleloader? Yeah, because we've set up down there quite a bit.
We've been down there all the time. That is so neat. It's a pretty area down there too.
She was a neighbor, and we didn't realize.
You are our neighbor.
Holy cow! Audra said, "Yeah, a mountain lion jumped into a dog kennel and killed a Rottweiler and jumped back out with the dog. That was a couple of miles from my house."
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
13 minutes
11 to 12 years ago.
Yeah, we were going down to Friendship. Yeah. I mean, we still go through Aurora here and there because
that's cool.
Especially when you do we go through Lawrenceburg more when we go to the
Arc. But like we've been down to in through Aurora before.
Yep. T-Hand 141, 3 years in Army. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. We appreciate that. That's pretty awesome.
That's always neat when you got to be stationed somewhere else and sort of get that like live that. You know, I think it's cooler than just a vacation because you get to sort of see the lifestyle there. When I went to India for work for 2 weeks at a time, it was sort of cool because when I was there, I got to know the people I was working with and then talk to them, of course, you know, a lot before that. So they'd actually like take me through their family like neighborhood or the restaurants or the grocery marts.
There was a wedding there, and they're like, we wanted to go. They wanted to take them to the wedding. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, we went to like what was it, like a rainforest sanctuary nearby, a bunch of castles they have over there. It was neat.
Yeah, you got to experience a lot over there. It was really nice.
And it's cool because like they know the area so well. It's like their hometown, so you're just like getting to see pieces of it like you wouldn't as a tourist. And then on top of that, it's nice because they negotiate for you and sort of push off people because they're our vendor, so they're trying to be like real.
They try to make
work
sure
well with us
and well, and like because nobody wants to be like taken
advantage of.
So
they would always argue. They'd be like $7. I'm like, man, that's a great deal on that. Whatever.
Like,
and
they'd argue we'll get you free for free.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So mostly in Lawrenceburg. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's in Aurora pretty often. It's a pretty town. Love the views of the river. It's my sister. Yeah, we like Aurora.
Yeah.
Is that when you said we used to walk by?
Mostly Lawrenceburg.
Mostly Lawrenceburg. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually get ready to do Powderhorn for Lawrenceburg, and it's spelled the old way like you spelled it too. It's pretty cool. So that is pretty cool. I think though, guys, as much as I'm having so much fun and I want to keep going, we have been at it for like almost 2 fun-filled hours that have just flown by, and my bedtime is 10, and it takes me a long time to come down from live.
Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. That was so much fun.
Yeah, so we are going to hopefully be here next Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And I will release things like on the giveaway for the.
And if she gets her community tab, she'll have an announcement.
Yeah, I will have an announcement letting you guys know. It will probably be like on a regular Wednesday night, and it will be for people that are in the chat. Just because you guys are here like all the time, you guys are the ones that are invested, and honestly, like sometimes like these lives help us push forward to make more content because you guys are so awesome and you inspire us every single time we're around you, and you remind us how much more cultured we could be.
Yeah.
Because of our pronunciation. But we will be here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for spending 2 fun hours with us, and we will catch you next week, okay?
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a great night.
Have a good week.